This conference will now be recorded.
Shall we start the class? Or anyone else yet to join?
I guess we can start.
Okay. Let's start with yesterday's task. I mean, yeah. So anyone tried to know about global pick list?
I investigated. I found a way, but I actually not used it. I mean, there is a way to create a set of values and then use it, but I haven't used it actually.
Nice. Okay, no worries. Because I want you people to inculcate to start a habit of googling, because yeah, today, tomorrow, next 2 months I'll be there, but yeah, whenever you get it out now, like Google has to help you, right? So I just am expecting you people to inculcate the habit of googling and try to learn from Google. So that's the reason behind giving some kind of R&D task, some kind of googling task. Okay, no? So you people have to start the habit of googling for learning. Okay, so to make yourself an expert in admin. Okay, so how about other Akhil, Nikhil, and yeah, Matab? uh, so like, have you got people managed some time for a global pick list wala pick list value set, something like that?
Yes, Shrikant. I just read the article on Google, but did not implement.
Okay, let's implement right now. Okay, na? Okay, no worries.
Shrikant, this is Prashant.
Mm-hmm.
Shrikant, this is Prashant.
Prashant. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
created that school management system application, and I used that global pick list in that.
Okay, maybe you can share your screen so that other people can also uh, make presenter. Yeah, is it possible from your side now to share the screen,
Yeah,
or else later?
yeah, sure,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
So, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this is the
So,
application I created, and if you see, oh, sorry.
okay, okay. So last time, like when I had a meetup in the Bangalore. Okay, so some kind of Salesforce meetup. Okay, nice.
Mhm.
So they have asked a quiz. Usually Salesforce will conduct some meetings, right? So there is a group called Meetup. Okay, you can join in that group. I mean, it's a kind of get together group. So wherever you stay, whether Bangalore, Hyderabad, or anywhere, so they will conduct some kind of meetings. Okay, local Salesforce developers will meet up. So they'll share this and new things in Salesforce. So yeah, this one was a quiz question. So the one who answered this question, they gave some Salesforce bags, t-shirts, and teddy bears. Okay, so what is global
Yeah.
wikilist value? Yeah. So that's where the first time I heard. Yeah, now you can go ahead. Okay, so classes, you created a global pick list value set, in the sense
Yeah.
any kind of pick list that you feel like it is read across multiple tables. There is no need for you to, for example, let's say city, state. Let's say in India there are 28 states. I mean, that doesn't change very oftenly. Fine. So even for teacher, you need a state pick list. Even for student, we need a state pick list, or any kind of table that stores the address information that needs a state pick list. So repetitively, why do I need to place the pick list item? So let's make it as global. Na? So let's make it at org level. Let's save it at org level, so that the same pick list value set can be used in across the multiple tables. Okay, so that's the purpose of this global pick list or global value set. So here Prashant seems to have created classes. Okay, so some kind of then the same yeah. So click on new.
Basically, I use this in Students tab and Teachers tab. So here you can find it.
Oh, okay.
And also in Teachers tab, if you talk about classes assigned to the teacher, so
Very
this.
nice. So
So
he has used this multi-pick list. Okay. So difference between single pick list and multi-pick list is single. Yeah, we can select only one. Multi-pick list, we can select multiple values. So instead of adding up the values for these two guys, both pick list, whether classes assigned and as well as student, both guys are pointing to the same array of values. Fine. So this is all about global pick list. Yeah, good job, Prashant. Yeah, nice.
yeah,
Okay, na?
thank
So
you.
this is all about global pick list. Okay. Okay, so maybe yeah, we can start a new topic for today. I'm sharing my screen.
Srikant, but
Yeah, that's
before
great.
that, I had a question. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Srikant, I had a question before that.
Oh,
When you
good.
create an object,
Oh,
so like a
mm-hmm.
first, like a field is default like created. Let's say in
Mm-hmm.
Teachers tab, teacher's name is created. So its data type is
Right.
text or auto number. So is there any way that we can
Correct.
you know uh,
No,
assign a different
we
data type?
cannot for the first column all the time. It can be either a text box, a simple text box,
Hmm.
and or an auto number. We cannot have third category of data type. So it is fixed by Salesforce. So there is no
Okay.
other way to change it. So that was the yeah. So that was the out box functionality. So for the first ever column, you can have only two data types. Two data types possible here. So that is text box and so उसके अलावा we can't have any third type as a first column. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Nice. Share my screen. Share it. Okay. So let's log in. Our org name is 2000. If I forget next week, please remember me. Our org name is 2000 because I have around 40 to 50 orgs, developer orgs. For each and every batch, I create a new org. So that's the reason. So अगर मैं भूल गया तो please remember me. It is 2000. Okay. Then how is it going here? Patient, doctor, department, and department or um, department. One object. Today we are going to learn about. Okay, what is the agenda today? So what we are going to learn today? So schema builder. Okay, is a new concept that we are going to learn today. Then schema build. Then other data types. Okay, last class May we have seen that there's nothing much the surprising element. Okay, my voice is breaking. Is it? Okay. So थोड़ा internet connectivity. If anything from my side, please let me know. Okay, so let's
Srikant,
go ahead.
you're breaking, Srikant.
Okay, let us.
I mean, you can ask anyone else also because I'm not able to hear. Guys, you are able to hear, Srikant?
Yeah, his voice is breaking actually.
Okay. Now, is it fine? Is it fine?
It is
Yes,
better.
Srikant. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead. So the next topic for today is what is the agenda? What we are going to learn today is schema builder. Then generic data types we have completed. So we have three types of data types in Salesforce. One, yeah, data types. Yesterday we started generic, read only, then relationship. Okay, so read only data type, relationship data type, and generic data types. So we are going to complete these things because relationship data type will take 1 hour. Okay, definitely it will take 1 hour. Yeah, that's the reason. So yeah, we will be comfortable with all these things by the end of today's lecture. This will be our agenda. So okay, last class we have created 3 objects, patient, doctor, department. That's fine. So let's create one more object. Now, as an admin, my project manager will drop an email to me, like when we start a new project from scratch. So he will drop an email with an Excel sheet like, hi admin, all these are the objects that you need to create, and these are the 100 fields, 200 fields that you need to create in each and every object. Okay, so this kind of mail will be shooted to me as an admin. So as an admin, my role okay, in my project is any kind of drag and drop functionality, anything that doesn't require coding. Okay, I'm supposed to do, I'm responsible to do it. Fine. So if you are asked to create an object and let's say some 200 fields in that object in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it is quite impossible. Okay, 5 minutes mein how can we create 200 fields? Thoda tough hai na? So why? Because if I want to create a field in patient, click on patient, first click on view object, second click, so scroll down a bit, then new, third click, then scroll down a bit, then let's say I'll go for currency this time. Click on next, fourth click, then let's say patient fee or something. Then decimal value we don't store, let's say click on next, then check this, next, then hit on save. So approximately 8 to 10 clicks. So if you want to create some 200 fields na, 200 into 10, 2000 clicks. Okay, I mean unnecessary, we are wasting time na. So the workaround is, what is the advantage of Schema Builder? In order to create an object, okay, first advantage is through Schema Builder you can create an object in one step, one click. You can create a field. So the advantage of Schema Builder is you can create an object in one step. CREATE, then create a field in one step in just one click. So this is the advantage of Schema Builder. So whenever you create a field na, by default thoda lag, I mean by default thoda backlog is this field will not be added in the page. Okay, so this field will be created. Yes, there is a column in the table that is created, but it is hidden in the page layout. You have to pull it back, you have to drag and drop it back onto the screen. How to do it, we'll see later. So yeah, thoda disadvantage hai, it will not be added into the page. Okay, and whenever you create an object na, you have to create a tab explicitly. Okay, explicitly you have to separately go for setup again, then click on new tab, then create a tab. So that way. So yeah, thoda backlog hai. So yes, you can create an object in one step, but don't forget to create a tab. Yes, you can create a field in one step, but don't forget to add it in the page. Fine. Yeah, apart from this, the primary use case of Schema Builder is entity relationship diagram, ER diagram. Okay, how many tables are there in our org, how they are related to each other? Okay, usually students used to ask me, Srikanth, somehow I have cleared the interview after the training, but I don't know what to do on day one. Okay, so this is what I suggest them generally. So whenever on day one, if you have cleared the interview after the training, let's say first day, like I suggest students to go to Schema Builder. Then you will get a clarity how big the project is. Okay, so Schema Builder contains all the list of objects that are available in your org. Okay, here you can see ye chota in the bottom right corner. So bird eyes view. Okay, each rectangle, each box is each table or each object. Of course, all these objects are inbuilt object. We have not created them. Okay, so they are inbuilt objects. Yeah, so ये सब inbuilt objects है. Fine. So all these are inbuilt objects. So if you go for, let's yeah, this is what Schema Builder is all about. A canvas hai, this graph or grid kind of structure. Yeah, it's a canvas, and a sidebar mein you can find, you can, let's say, click on clear all objects, go to custom object, select all objects, so that whatever the custom objects that are there in your org will be shown. You can click on auto layout, so that they will be arranged in a neat way. Then thoda minimize kijiye. Now you have a clarity key. These are the objects that are there in our org. Okay, then for our hospital management system, we are focused on this area. Okay, so ye opportunity history, acquired account, so yeah, these are not our hamara scope nahi hai. Yeah.
So Srikant, basically Schema Builder is entity relationship diagram, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I mean, the primary purpose of Schema Builder is to observe the ER diagram of our org, and as a byproduct, it is offering the other features like you can drag and drop an object directly here. You can create a new object called equipment. EQUI. I mean, I'm just creating a new object right now. So equipment, plural label is equipments. Then allow. Okay, available for customer portal. You need to activate community first. Otherwise, community activate करने के बाद you have to check this checkbox. Hit on save. Then yeah, we have an equipment right now. Create हो गया. Now, for example, if you want to create a field in equipment, you can see all the list of data types here. Okay, read only data type, relationship data type, and generic data type. Okay, equipment ka you can put some date and time. Let's say date field. Drag and drop that date field here, and drag it and drop it on the table, on the entity. Fine. So drop it here. I mean, this is the way. I'm just helping you with the navigation. That's it. So how to play with Schema Builder. That's it. So
one question. इसमें out of box कुछ Schema Builder entity relationship diagram है क्या इसमें Salesforce में, या जैसे out of box I don't want to do any customization in Salesforce, just I want to implement out of box functionality. तो उसके लिए अगर हमको Schema Builder देखना है तो कैसे देखते हैं?
As far as what I know, out of box in the sense without, I mean, generally I say a feature as out of box feature without writing any code, any feature can be considered as out of box functionality, is it?
Yeah, I mean, जैसे हम SAP या Dynamics AX ERP implement करते हैं ना, तो उसमें कुछ जैसे material requirement planning है, sales and distribution, purchase, वो सब out of box रहता है.
Okay, so those things, yeah, those things now, sales, service, all these are the other modules in Salesforce. Okay, so
these are all
as
out
of yeah, out of box, yeah, correct. So sales cloud, service cloud, so yeah, out of box features hai. So later on, after 10 years, we'll start learning the out of box functionalities. Okay,
excellent, excellent,
yeah. Then so yeah, this is how, I mean, what Schema Builder can offer us. Let's put it straight away. First thing, it will help you to see what are the different tables that we have in the org. That's the primary purpose. And second purpose is you can create a table in single step. Just drag and drop this object element into the canvas. Fine. So then, yeah, you can create it. So thirdly, you can add a field without like 7-8 clicks by using the conventional way. Of course, we have to be comfortable with conventional way, but in general, I personally use Schema Builder to create fields, more fields in less time. Fine. Then let's drag and drop date field. Here installation date. Okay, there could be an equipment like electrocardiogram, ECG, some kind of X-ray or kuch equipment. Okay, we will be having in concerned laboratories for testing. Okay, the patients. Fine. So installation date. Okay, so let's call it as installation date. Now hit on save. Done. So yeah, it is created. The field is created. So installation date, then one more currency field. What is the price of the equipment? Price of base price. Let's call it as base price. Base price. Hit on save. Then let's say another purposefully I'm creating. There is another new topic that we are going to learn later. So let's say taxes or installation fee. Installation fee for deploying the equipment in the laboratory. Okay, so yeah, for deploying the equipment in the lab. Yeah, so yeah, we have created 3 fields. If you go here, I mean, so let's come out of Schema Builder. I am in the new fresh tab. Okay, so click on setup, type object here. So click on object. So you can find actually you can find equipment here. That's great, but still you can't find equipment in the tab bar. Why? Object is created, tab is not created, because we have created it through Schema Builder. Fine. Then what you need to do is again go to tab, click on a new, then new custom tab, then go for equipment, then click on style, pick up a logo, hit on next and save. Next, next. Next. Yeah, so now you can find equipment, but we have already created 3 columns, I mean 3 fields. What is that? Fee, total fee, installation fee, like installation date. वो सब क्या है? Like where are they? We have already added a few fields to the Schema Builder. So where are they? Okay, that's what we said. That's what we discussed. Like the field will not be added into the page. Yes, the column is created. That's great. How would I get to know column is created, Srikanth? Go to view object. Okay, so click on this flag, click on view object, scroll down a bit, all the list of standard columns in this table, all the list of custom columns in this table. Okay, you can observe them here, but not in the page. So how to do it? Go to edit layout, which will help you to edit the current layout of the page. Okay, don't worry about page layout. It is our upcoming topic. Next week we will discuss very clearly 1.5 hour topic. Next topic is page layout. So jitna ab jahiye, let's do it for now. So whatever that is required right now, okay, just drag and drop these fields. These fields are there, but they are hidden. Okay, just drag and drop these fields. Fine. Okay, now hit on save. Done. So this is how I mean this is the use case of Schema Builder. So there is a small topic called Schema Builder, which is used to view all the tables. Org level control. Yeah, we can just have a map of all the tables. Then we can create a object or a field in a single step. That's it. Now, there is nothing interesting or surprising element in Schema Builder apart from these 3 things. Fine. Yeah, you can explore. You can click this, hide this object from canvas. It will be hidden. Edit object properties. You will be redirected to the like yeah these properties of the object. You can edit it. Then delete object, self-explanatory. Then view object. you will be redirected to object definition page. View page layout, you will be redirected to the list of page layouts. Fine. So apart from that, nothing surprising element here. So pretty much straightforward and simple concept hai. Schema builder. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead with our regular run data types. Okay. So this is all about in general. Yeah, I personally use Schema Builder a lot to create objects and fields in less time. Fine. Okay.
Shrikant, one question, since we are talking about mass creation, isn't there a very what do you say, faster way than the schema builder? Like say for example, in any RDBMS, we
Um,
create tables in a kind of table format. We just list the table fields, we select data types, and we can quickly create table. Here we have to go to dialogues,
Okay.
pop-ups, and then yeah.
As an out-of-box functionality, we don't have that feature. Okay, I understood. Like one of the student, let's say like Abhay is telling us that Srikanth, let's have an Excel sheet kind of thing. That Excel sheet will be meant for, let's say, one particular object, and I'll be typing out what is the name of the column, what is its data type, and what are the specifications. So I'll fill up that table, let's say 10 rows, 20 rows. Then will that Excel sheet help me in a single click to create all the fields?
Correct.
So actually, yeah, we don't have such a kind of out of box feature, like inbuilt feature, ready-made feature nahi hai, offered by Salesforce. It does, I mean, there is no feature that way offered by Salesforce, but yes, similar to our Play Store in our mobile phone and App Store in our mobile phone, there is something called App Exchange. Okay, it's a another 20 minutes topic. After at the end, last after 1 or 2 months, I mean, we'll see. So App Exchange, छोटा topic है. This is similar to our Play Store. Salesforce का Play Store है. Okay, so few other third-party people have developed those kind of applications, and they sell it. Yeah. Few applications are free, few applications are for price. Okay, so they publish in App Exchange. Yes, I have seen few applications as suggested by Abhay. So, so the answer is Salesforce do not provide as an inbuilt functionality, but you can find such applications in the App Exchange. You can install it for your org. You can start using them.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Then, I mean, yeah. So what is App Exchange, Srikanth? We will discuss. Okay, don't worry. Just a one-liner. It's a Play Store for Salesforce. Okay, na? So if I start this, it will divert us to some other flyover. Okay, so then yeah. So let's go ahead. So we are done with Schema Builder. So apart from that, there is nothing fishy in Schema Builder. Okay, so let's go ahead. Generic data types. So your task for today is, okay, on the go. Okay, I'm just in school management system. So try to create. I mean, as said last class mein. So student, teacher, department, and equipment. Try to create five fields, some relevant fields, and try to use as many generic data types as possible. Okay, so try to create using traditional way, not using Schema Builder. So using the traditional way, so try to use as many data types as possible. Okay, they're self-explanatory. So number, percentage, phone, drop down, so text area. I just want you people to feel how do they look like on screen if you use it. Fine. So just get that kind of experience. So try to use them. Okay, so try to use as many generic data types as possible and create five fields in each and every table, some relevant fields. Okay, so department ke liye, yeah, we'll be having a department, number of, what is the batch size, the strength of the
Can you
department, so
show
that
how
way.
to create field one more time?
Hello, Abhi.
Can you show me how to create field?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah, I'll show you. I think recordings will be provided for all the students in the learning. I mean, LMS. So yeah, no worries. We can wind the recordings, but yes, yeah, just a moment. How to create a field is step number 1, click on a particular object. Step number 2, click here on this flag, and opposite to view fields you will be having a button called new, I mean a link called new. So click on this new, then scroll down a bit. So these are the this is a data types page. Okay, these are the different data types we have: read only, relationship, and generic data types. Then you can randomly pick up, let's say, text area rich. Okay, so click on next. Then you can give some name, like let's say remarks. So what is the remark for this like equipment? Okay, so when was the last servicing done for this equipment? Number of visible lines, it was like 25. Then hit on next, then next, and save. That's it. Quite simple. Okay na? So agar kuch doubts hai to, yeah, you can I mean, for self help you can observe the PPTs. Okay, yesterday I have shared all the admin PPTs, each and everything that I'm teaching along with the screenshots. So neatly it was explained in the PPT along with screenshots. So those PPTs will help you, our recordings will be helping you. Yeah, you can obviously raise your hand at any point of time in class. Okay, so whenever you feel uncomfortable, please don't hesitate, please stop it right away. Fine. Yeah, this is the way we can create the field. Fine. Then okay, so I think we
Sorry,
created a text area.
sorry. I mean, since you're on that page here, so you have created a new field as remarks. Okay, so when you go to equipments, how is it? I mean, you can view it there itself. Those fields, remarks.
This is the one we created right now. I mean, yeah,
Okay,
remarks
okay,
field. It's a
okay,
text area rich. Okay, so
okay,
the
okay.
difference, there are 5
So
types of text fields.
no, I mean, once on the click of object itself, you can view the fields which have been created. Correct? Uh,
Actually,
because because
in the process of clicking next, multiple times, there
hmm,
is one
hmm,
step where you can decide to show this field or not. As of
okay, hmm,
second lecture, I'm skipping that step until we learn or reach a topic called page layout. Okay,
okay,
so what I'm trying to say is, there is a step where in the process of clicking next 3 times, we are skipping one step.
hmm,
Why we are clicking next? Okay, so उस step में decide हो जाएगा whether do you want that field right now in the current page, or temporarily you can hide that field. Fine, so that step will decide. So let's say, let us pick up text area encrypted. Okay, so this will be your R&D task for today. So let us pick up text area encrypted, then click on next. So our field is some kind of let's go to patient. May we will create. So credit card, I want to add some kind of encrypted field. I'm going to patient, click on text area encrypted, click on next. Here credit card. So length is let's say 16. So what do you want? I mean, what do we want as a masking character? So let's say star, mask type, last 4 characters clear. Okay, so you can have yeah, different mask types. Okay, so national insurance number, aisa. Right. So now students used to ask me, Srikanth, can I add one more item here, like in the mask type of my custom strategy? I'll mask only 8th and 9th characters. I mean, I'll display only 8th and 9th characters in the sequence. So we cannot add our own um, custom strategy of masking. Okay, so okay, so click on next. So visible to all the users, click on next. Accessible. Okay, so this step, okay, this step will decide whether do you want to add that field into the current page right now or not. Because whenever we create a field, directly we will not be deploying to the employees. Correct, some kind of testing, some kind of back-end purpose will be there. Once it is fulfilled, then we are going to deploy to the employees, right? So if you uncheck this checkbox and hit on save, Okay, page layout is the next topic. Okay, so maybe next week we'll discuss 1.5 hour topic hai, so no worries about it. So right now I have unchecked that, purposefully I have unchecked that. So if you go to new here, you cannot find that credit card field. Why? Because it was hidden from the current page. Column is there, that's great, but still it is not visible to the current users. Okay, so how to get it back, Shrikant? In the sense, click on this flag again. So go to edit layout, scroll down a bit. Here you can find that left out item. Okay, left out column. So drag it and drop it here. Drag it and drop it here. Now hit on save. Done. So now hit on save. Now you can see credit card. Fine. So this is all about how to decide whether we want that column in a page or not. Okay. So coming back to the point, our R&D task for today is okay, that's great. We have a text area encrypted field. This field is text area encrypted. ये currency है. Checkbox, pick list. That's fine. So let's fill up some data. So test patient name is, let's say, patient 3, patient patient 3. Then his state is something, is active. Fee he paid till today is this one. Credit card is 1 2 3 4 4 4 4. Okay, even if I type 16 digit khatam ho gaya na, fine. Okay, let's say hit on save. Now you can see the behavior of text area encrypted. Fine. So the characters will be masked. Now the problem is actually owner is the only person who has the capability to see this credit card number. Fine. Yeah, coincidentally, yes, I am the owner for now, at least for now. So if I click on edit, I should be able to see this credit card number. Correct. But why? Okay, we were unable to see it. I forgot what I have entered, so I just want to recall it back. But even though I am the owner of this record, okay, the other employees in the organization who belong to management, other departments, finance, kuch bhi. So yeah, it is quite fair enough that I don't want the credit card to be shown to the other employees of the other department. Fine. So now the problem is, this will be your R&D task for today. What should be done in order to get back the lost credit card number by the owner? Okay, so this will be your R&D task for today. So try to do some research and come up with some ideas. Yeah, so R&D task for today. So number 1, text area encrypted, how to get back those encrypted values. Fine. So some kind of feature you need to implement it to get it back. Oh, feature kya hai? Yeah, so maybe you can so text area encrypted, encrypted. Okay, so how to get back that field. Okay, so this will be your R&D task for today. Then okay, so apart from that, there is nothing surprising here in all the generic data types. In all the generic data types, there is nothing surprising apart from the text area thing. So our field है geolocation. So don't worry about geolocation. I'll give you the demo for geolocation. It requires some kind of JavaScript. Okay, you need to use. Okay, the purpose of geolocation I'll teach you. Apart from text area encrypted and geolocation, all the fields are pretty much straightforward. You can start using them, the data types. Before we jump on to relationship data types, I'm just winding up everything about generic data types. Fine. Now geolocation का कुछ story है. Let's say I'm running not a laptop selling business, pizza delivery business. Okay, some kind of food delivery. Okay, now Salesforce has a mobile implementation, real-time example of geolocation. I'm just providing a real-time example of geolocation. So Salesforce has a mobile application as well. So, or else they can directly log in from mobile. So my sales boys, I ask them to go to a particular location and do some kind of promotion. Okay, or I might give him some kind of paper and ask him to get it signed by the customer in a particular location, or I might ask them to spread up in the market and just market our product. Fine. So what is the guarantee that my sales boys are like actually roaming in the market? What is the guarantee that he has went to that location? Okay, so in that case we can create an object, we can create a table, separate table, the table name your wish. Okay, any table name. There you can have a field called, location. Okay, the field label is location and its data type will be geolocation. So whenever you create a field with data type geolocation, it will add two fields on your screen. One is latitude and one is longitude. Okay, so I will create a custom Visualforce page. I will create a custom Visualforce page. Okay, Visualforce page, and I will use JavaScript. Okay, थोड़ा JavaScript use करना चाहिए in order to show the pop-up here. I'll ask my sales boys, whenever you reach that location, create a record or ask your customer, create a record in that location. Try to do something, okay, in that location. Okay, so then our sales team will open that particular objects. Okay, wo table mein they'll click on a new button. Whenever they click on a new button, this page is a standard page, but programmatically I'll be creating this page in such a way some pop-up will be shown to my sales boys. Browser want to track your location, allow, block. So that kind of pop-up will be shown. Then our sales boys has to click on allow. So when they click on allow, please switch on your GPS in your mobile phone. It will ask the alert. They'll be clicking on OK. So then their current location, latitude and longitude will be populated in the geolocation in those two fields. Auto populate ho jata hai. Programmatically we have to do it. Okay, so once they get auto populated, they'll give some order number, whatever the delivery number. So they'll type something here as per the business and they'll hit on save. This is how they create a record. Okay, so once they hit on save, yeah, so latitude and longitude are captured, and these fields now you will ask me out. Okay, Srikanth, what is the guarantee they'll type manually the location, the latitude and longitude to the place that I asked them to go for? Actually those fields will be read-only fields. I will not give the edit access for them. They will be auto populated. Okay, they will be hidden fields. Those fields will not be shown to them on the screen. Some kind of pop-up will be shown to them. They have to click on allow. That's it. Okay, so internally those fields I'll hide them from them so that they cannot edit it. Later on I'll use Google Maps to show all those balloons or those red color bubbles rehta na, so to show all those markers in the map. So what is the like the performance of the sales boy, so to how many locations he has been, he has reached. So yeah, that way, and his incentives will be based on that. Fine. So this is the background and how we can use this geolocation. So my previous org, maybe in 205 or 200 something, us org mein tha, I have shown the demo of geolocation to the students. So I'll recheck the source code for that. Maybe next week I'll show you the demo for geolocation programmatically. Thoda. Yeah, so this is the background for geolocation. Fine. Okay, so apart from that, there is no surprise element in generic fields. We have covered everything. Fine. Okay, so let's go to a fresh topic, that is relationship data types. Okay. Even you can Google out geolocation field demo. You will get a lot of source code in Google. Okay, so आप भी एक बार try कर सकते हैं. So just copy paste the code, ready-made code will be there. So as of now, what are the topics we covered? We completed Schema Builder, then we completed generic. Now we are into relationship data type. Yeah, we are into relationship data type. Okay. Scroll down. So relationship data types. Just a minute. Close the door. Okay. So there are three types of interview में पूछेगा. So how many types of relationship data types we have in Salesforce? Okay. So one, lookup. Two, master detail. Master detail relationship. Okay. Or people usually call it as MDR. Okay. So lookup, master detail, lookup, MDR, and external lookup. Okay. So external lookup. Fine. So lookup, master detail, and external lookup. Usually, interview में, it is one of the basic interview questions. So what are the different types of data types we have in, relationship data types we have in Salesforce? Lookup, master data, and external lookup. Fine. So if interviewer is not convinced with this answer, then there are other relationship data types as well in Salesforce. If interviewer is not, basically just say this one. Okay. If interviewer is not convinced, is it, do we have only three? Then tell them like the fourth one, hierarchical relationship. Okay. So hierarchical relationship. Then if interviewer is still not satisfied, then tell them indirect lookup. Okay. So ask any of your friend, any of your Salesforce friend who is working in Salesforce, admin, as an admin or developer from past 5 years, 10 years. So ask them about, hi friend, do you know about indirect lookup? Okay. If they say yes, then what was the answer? Please come up with that answer next week. Fine. So very few people know like about indirect lookup. So yeah. So actually we have 5 relationship data types. Yeah, basically people expect you to convey 3. People expect you to convey 3. But yes, yeah. So overall there are 5 relationship data types. Then so on job purpose के लिए 90% of the cases you will be using only these 2. Okay. You will be using only these 2. Of course, we will discuss the other 3 as well. Okay. Of course, I say I'm not I'm not indirectly telling you I'm not going to tease these things. Yes, we will discuss other 3 relationship data as well. But yes, on job ke liye we'll be using most of the time we'll be using these 2. Fine. So let's start with lookup. And difference between lookup and master detail is a very important interview question. Fine. So difference between lookup and master detail relationship. Okay. So let's observe the what does it expect कि इसमें क्या है. Okay, for IT background students, it is all about primary key, foreign key relationships. We are going to join 2 tables kind of. Okay, so it's all about primary key, foreign key relationship. Right. Lookup और master detail का meaning वही है. Right. So nothing much to worry about it. So let's try to talk in simpler terms. Go to, I want an Excel sheet. To start, go to third sheet. Currently we have 2 tables. patient and doctors. Okay, so PADIENT patient and DOCT for, yeah, let's assume a few fields, name, experience, salary, blah. Okay, it goes that way. Fine. Let's add 2 entries here. Doctor, doctor 1. Scroll down. Let's say 3 doctors. Experience, something like this. So there are 2 tables. Now we have created these 2 tables. Whenever patient get enrolled in the hospital, our people, our staff, admin staff are like management staff are like filling up the details, so they're storing it safely in the cloud. Okay, so let's say patient 1. Scroll down a bit. Now uska phone, email, these are the common fields like our admin staff will be filling up. So name, phone, yeah, email. Assume that these fields are filled. Okay, so name, phone, email, LDRSS, yeah, admission date. Okay, इसके बाद one fine day our team felt that it would be nice, like, yeah, in general in any hospital one patient will be, the patient's case will be primarily taken up by one doctor, correct? So primarily, yeah, in general, of course multiple doctors can treat them, but primarily one doctor will take up the patient case. Fine. So we at some point of time we felt to add an extra column. We felt to add an extra column to the patient's table to, and the column name will be something like doctor name or something. Let's say doctor or doctor name. Fine. We felt to have some extra column called doctors. Fine. Now, as far as what we have learned as of today, now our next question will be, what will be the data type that we have to choose? If we choose text data type, that's okay, but that's not that great. Okay, I mean our team has to manually type the doctor's name. I mean, whenever we are enrolling the patients in the hospital database, our team has to manually type the doctor's name. So which doctor has taken up this patient's case? Fine. So because if it's a text, okay, so the work, it is very hectic, right? So hundreds, thousands of patients will be enrolling, okay, per day. It is very hectic to type. Typo errors will be there sometimes. So we can try for a pick list. I mean, which data type? Sawal ye hai ki, yeah, which data type do I need to pick up? Okay, so you can try for a pick list, but the problem with pick list is, pick list you can place 3 doctors. That's great, but what if a new part-time doctor, a new employee has joined in the hospital? You need to update the pick list. You need to maintain the pick list. Again, you need to add a new item as a drop down in the pick list. What if doctor 2 and 3 left the hospital? I mean, they have resigned. Again, you need to update the pick list so that next time, whenever a new patient joins, there will be only doctor 1 and doctor 4, because 2 and 3 left the organization. So drop down, I should show only 2 people, but not the 4. Right? Maintaining the pick list is a headache. So yeah, text and pick list we can manage, but not perfectly. So this is the place where we feel the necessity of new kind of data type. Okay, this is nothing new for IT background students. It is a simple primary key foreign key relationship, but just for non-IT people, I'm trying to elaborate in a neater way. Fine. So now this is in this case, yeah, in this case we feel like it would be nice if we can have some kind of hybrid data type, a new data type, which will help us to pick up the current data from the table. Okay, so we have a data type called lookup. Okay, actually the data type's name is lookup. Let's start with lookup. Whenever you use this lookup data type, you will get one search button or lens button here. Okay, beside the field SEARCH. Correct. Okay, so you will get that some kind of search button or lens button. Whenever you click on that search button or lens button, the doctors that are currently available in the org, okay, will be shown right now. The doctors, whoever the doctors that are currently available in the org right now, the most updated. If a new employee joins, then that new employee doctor 5 will also be shown in that pop-up. So whenever you click on that search button or lens button, it will show you a pop-up to pick up the list of doctors. Fine. So this is how the behavior of lookup relationships will be there on screen. So let's observe it on screen. Then we will continue with this Excel sheet discussion.
Hello, hi Srikanth. Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from IntelliPart. I just want to guide to clients over here. Just give me a minute, no? Can you make me organizer?
Just a moment. Click here. How could I?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Can you go to meeting?
Okay. Send make presenter chat
For
allow.
Vignesh.
I'm in go to meeting. For Vignesh. But मुझे I have make presenter है, but make organizer.
Just organizer alone.
No. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, for other students, if I click on the drop down, I have that option called make organizer. But for Vignesh name, वो option नहीं है organizer. So have you joined from mobile phone or something?
Yeah, I'm in mobile. Actually, you can do one thing. Down in the toolbar, you can see near Google Chrome, there's a go to meeting, no? Like you can press that one, like down.
वही है. Like it has shown me one sidebar kind of thing. But
yeah, in
I guess
you can just.
I mean, I was trying that. For example, let's say I can make Abhay as organizer, but let's say, for example, now you can observe, but आपको वो option नहीं आ रहा है. I mean, can I presenter चलता है? Is it?
Yeah, you can make
fine?
me presenter or organizer, like Vignesh. Yeah. Okay, can you make me organizer also? It is coming.
Organizer option नहीं आ रहा है विघ्नेश, because
You can just check, no? If it's
okay, you can go ahead. I think Ruskin is the.
Okay, can you just do Vignesh if it's possible right now, Ruskin?
विघ्नेश आपको I mean नहीं आ रहा है.
Okay, at least you can make me
I
presenter,
find...
no? At least I can tell them. Can you make me presenter at least so that I can tell them?
Yes. I made you as a presenter.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
We can see Windows desktop. Is that your screen?
Yeah, this is my screen. My screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, I just wanted to say you how to download the support documents and like how to access the videos. So like what is the thing, once you log into IntelliPart using your ID and password, you go to your LMS and you'll find your Salesforce 12. So there when you press continue courses, then you'll get a tab like this. So this is where the videos get updated. So like the videos get updated within 12 hours after the session gets over. And this is the training supportive documents, like where you can download the documents. So I just wanted to make sure clear everyone knows about it. Like any doubts you can ask me regarding this. The videos will be uploaded here within 12 hours after the session gets over. Yeah, that's right.
So Vignesh here,
So in case if you, yeah,
uh, here you can, the notes provided by Srikanth, he can upload it as an attachment in this, right? So I mean, basically now here we are trying to, uh, uh, we are trying to he's trying to share it with the Google Drive here. So
yeah,
he
actually, like
can.
he has, yeah, like Srikanth can upload his documents whichever he wanted to share to you in a Google Drive, so that you can also have an access in that. Hello.
No, my question is, the attachment, the support document which you showed here. Okay, he can do it in that also,
Yeah.
right?
No, he can't upload in that, but he can download this.
I guess our Mind Magic's team also provide some documents, Dipti, like from their side. My side say these are other, I mean, learning material that I have. So, so I'll be providing my material. I mean, yeah, that I gathered, and yeah, our management team also do have some study material. So you can download from this dashboard. Is it that?
Yeah, got it, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Okay, fine, Srikanth. Then you can continue with your session. Then I log out, not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Srikanth. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hmm. Click here. Make presenter. Share.
Srikanth, you're saying something, you're not audible.
No, no, I'm there. I'm there. Okay,
Okay.
I'm back. Okay, so let's continue with it. Yeah. So, I'm there. Just a moment. Let's go ahead. So we were talking about it would be nice if you could have some kind of data type. So by which real time whatever the doctor 5 that was added up here. So usko hum dekh sakte hain. Fine. So now let's go here. How to create a lookup field. Okay, let's observe it from. So click on, as per this Excel sheet, we want a new column in patient. Correct. So let's go to patient. Now click here. Okay, so click on new field. So our data type is not pick list, not a text box. It is a lookup relationship. Okay, so let's go to lookup relationship. Then click on next. Fine. Then yeah. So then related to. So it is related to what? Like whom do you want to relate it with? So second step after choosing the lookup relationship or any kind of relationship type, it will ask you which tables data do you want to look up, which tables data do you want to export, or which tables data which you want to observe it in the current patient table. So doctor table I want to observe, I mean have it in this column. Fine. Basically it's doctor's data. Fine. So now pick up that doctor, hit on next. Then yeah. So this is the label, this is the API name. Fine. Then hit on next. Okay. So visible to all. Then hit on next. Then do you want to add it to the page layout? Yes. You want to add it? Hit on next. Okay. So then hit on save. Done. So yeah, now go to patient, click on new. You can find a new field called doctor with a lookup button or with a search button. Fine. So if you click on this search button, yeah, so click on go, you can't find any doctors. Now click on doctor. Let us create a couple of doctors. DOC, DOR, doctor 1, hit on save. I'm cloning it, and let's call it as doctor 2, hit on save. Done. So we have a couple of doctors. Then go to patient, click on any of the patient. Now click on edit, pick up. You can find this pop-up. Okay, is pop-up mein you can find the doctors. Fine. So pick up one of the doctor, hit on save. Clear. So this is how we have to use the lookup relationship. Yeah, the relationship data types. A small sample demo. Fine. So this is how we have to use this relationship data types. Okay, let's go ahead in the discussion. Now, yesterday when we were talking about object for the first time, I said we will be having only name field. Then later on, I said like there are 4 fields, 4 standard columns that will be created at the time of object creation. So agar interview mein puche to you have to tell only these 4 standard columns like name, created by, last modified by, owner. So those 4 columns. But actually there is another column called ID. Okay, ID. Okay, ID column. So this ID column will be there for every table. It's a metadata field. It's a metadata column. Okay, metadata column is it will not be like you cannot find it in the metadata. You cannot find it in the object definition page. Fine. So if you go to object definition page, scroll down a bit here. These are the 4 standard columns, and these are the custom fields. Fine. So but you cannot find it here, that ID column. So what I'm trying to say is, for every patient you create or for any record in any table, click here, you can observe some 15-digit alphanumeric number. Okay, 15-digit are very important, 5-star question. So you can observe some 15-digit alphanumeric number. This is the unique identifier for this John row in the patient table. So what I'm trying to say is, there will be some weird column whose name is ID, which will not be visible generally for anyone. You can observe the ID of a record from the URL. Yeah, you can observe the ID of the record from the URL in general. Fine. So every record in Salesforce will be having ID. Okay. So let's create a new record. Then you'll get to know any table. Let's go to random table. Let's say any random table. Click on new. Type cardiology. Observe the URL. Okay, observe the URL ap15.salesforce.com. This is the server number 15. Then A04, in the sense I guess this is the 4th tab that you have created, and E in the sense edit page. You are currently in the edit page or record creation page, edit page. Fine. Then return URL. So please return me to the record view page. Okay, so record view page, some symbolic. Okay, so not everything can be guessed or decoded. Yeah, so some form of yeah, so return URL. Now if I hit on save, just observe the address bar. Just observe the address bar. After committing this record into the table, some 15-digit identifier will be generated. Okay, so this is the 15-digit identifier for this record. Programmatically, if I want to access it, click on my name, click on the user's name, click on developer console. So what I'm trying to say is, this particular ID is very important for any record. If you have ID, you can get anything from this record. If you have ID, you can get anything from this record programmatically. For example, if you're doing an integration with some SAP module or some third-party system, okay, so this is the ID is the thing that will help us to pull any data. So then click on query editor, select name comma ID from DEPARTMAD department. Okay, so is it department? Don't write department. It is the label of the table. Use department underscore underscore C. It is the API name of the table. Where ID equal to single quotes, place this. Click on execute. You can find that row. Cardiology. Right. Programmatically, yeah, we can do whatever we want with this. So this is how from backend, if you want to access that row, yeah, this is the procedure.
What is this tool called, Srikanth, that you use for querying this?
Okay, so it is a cloud-based tool. It is a inbuilt plugin. इसका कुछ भी name नहीं है. This is developer console. Okay, the name of this developer console. Yeah. So for Java guys write code in Eclipse. Correct. So in the similar way for Salesforce we use developer console. So no need to download, install. If it is Eclipse, na, I have to download and install. For example, right now I have Visual Studio code editor. I have to download and install it. I have to start writing the code here for other .NET or any other applications. Okay. So if it is Salesforce, no need to because it's a cloud-based application. So no need to download anything. You can go for developer console. Yeah, you can query this way. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have ID, you can find it. Now you'll ask me a question. Okay, let's try for patient. Because yes, I know currently our batch is for admin and app builder, but still I'm touching few things in development because if we know something extra, we will feel more confident on the technology. So that's the reason I'm touching few things here and there. So okay, let's copy this patient ID and paste it here. Instead of department, type PATIENT underscore C. Now click on execute. You can find the name and ID. For example, if you want to get query other columns, so place a comma here. What is that? State and city, right? So STATE state underscore C and city underscore C. Fine. So this is a unique identifier. Whatever ID you have now, it is unique for this particular org, irrespective of across all the tables. If you point to this ID, it will always point to this patient, that particular John patient. Right. So this is how you can query the records. Now one of the student might ask me doubt, Srikanth, why should I use ID? Why can't I use name? I will use the name. I'll use the name to identify John. How does it matter? Because you can have two people with the same name, na. You can have two people from the same state, from the same city. So duplication is possible. That uniqueness will be missing, at least at some point of time. So that's the reason. Yeah, ID is a important thing. So we usually get the records through ID. Clear? Okay. Having known the significance.
One question about the ID, uniqueness of the ID. In some applications, there is a concept called global unique ID, GUID. So is this a GUID? Is this a GUID?
Yes. Yes.
So
correct.
ID will be common. This ID will be unique across organizations or across applications.
Yes, correct. Exactly correct. Across your Salesforce application, not SAP or something. As far as whatever you are spending on Salesforce, I mean, across our application, across Salesforce, this ID is unique. Yes, this is GUID.
But is there a possibility that in my organization I have a global unique ID, but this somebody else can have this same value in his or her Salesforce application?
Okay, so in your developer org, yeah, then it might point to some other record. I understood. So yeah, one of the students says that, Srikanth, what is the guarantee that is this ID is unique across the world? Okay, no, it is not like unique across the world, just only for my org. So maybe accidentally sometimes if you people query from your own developer org, then it might point not to John but to, let's say, some other patient. Fine. Yeah, the ID is unique only for my org, whatever the org that I purchased from Salesforce for the hospital. Okay, so वो org के लिए unique है, not for other hospital, other org. Fine. So then okay, then yeah, let's go ahead. Having known the purpose or importance of this ID, I mean, why we are learning about the importance of ID, Srikanth? Because in the sense, having known about the purpose and importance of this ID column everywhere, hamesha in any table, ID column will be there. Some 15-digit identifier will be there for sure. Okay, so iske baad, what I'm trying to say is, it is not the name of the doctor who will sit here. It is the ID of the doctor who will sit here. On screen mein, yes, you will be observing the name, but actually it is the ID who is sitting in this field in the backend. Fine. Okay, so I want to give that clarification. That's the reason we spoke about the ID from past 5 minutes. What I'm trying to say is, yes, coincidentally there is another doctor with the same name called Dr. 1. So whenever I write Dr. 1 and Dr. 1 here, who points to which doctor? This doctor has experience of let's say 20 years. So whenever I simply write Dr. 1, Dr. 1, I mean, am I pointing to 4 years experience Dr. 1, or am I pointing to 20 years experience Dr. 1? So it is quite confusing if name is not the primary key. Technically, name is not the primary key here. It is the ID who will be sitting at the back end. Okay, so it is the ID who will be sitting at the back end. Maybe for these two guys, इसको copied. अरे Control C, Control V. It is the ID who will be sitting at the backend, but on screen my name will be shown. So that's the reason every relationship field will become a link. I mean, clickable link, which will point to some ID. What I'm trying to say is, every relationship field will become a clickable link. On screen, yes, it will show Dr. 1 name itself, but it is a clickable link. For example, go to any patient, click on patient 3. You can observe Dr. 1 here, but fee is not clickable field. You can't, I mean, it is not redirected into some other place. But Dr. 1, yes. Now, what is the guarantee that I have 10 doctors with same name? To which doctor is it pointing? So that's the reason I said internally ID is sitting here. This will have some clarity to redirect me to after base URL, the particular doctor that I had selected, had selected at the time of record creation, whose doctor ko it will redirect me. You can observe the ID of this doctor is this one. Fine. So it is actually the ID that is sitting here, and every relationship field will become a clickable link. Fine. Yes, no. Clear until.
Can we get the two fields in a lookup, like Dr. ID and Dr.
Can
name
we?
together?
No. All the time, only the name field is displayed here. All the time, name field is displayed here. So we cannot have a chance to show the two fields like ID name. Us tarah not possible.
Srikanth, can I add something?
Yeah, all the time.
The purpose
Sure.
of GUID is actually to provide unique key to other applications where the other application does not need to know about the type of the key of each table. I mean, it need not know that the key is doctor ID or employee ID or something. It just goes by the unique GUID or unique ID here. That's the purpose of this
Okay,
unique
I
ID.
see. Okay. Okay. So, adding to that, ID is to make the other systems to have a clarity on which data they are looking for. I mean, for the communication between two systems, there has to be some column unique, okay, to look up into which record I want. Adding to that, you can make a text field as a primary key as well. Okay, you can make a text field as a primary key as well. So that's a advanced topic we'll discuss in the upcoming days. Fine. So let's make us comfortable with what is Then we are make our uh, important concepts. Okay, na? Yeah, sure. They in Salesforce, you can create one text field. You can make the text field as powerful as this ID field. Fine. So no worries about it. Who advanced concept will not touch it up today. Fine. There are
Srikant,
a lot of important things.
you're breaking, Srikant.
Shrikant, your voice is breaking.
Oh, okay. What I was trying to say is there is a provision for us to create a text field and make it a unique and make it unique in such a way it will be as powerful as this ID field. Yes, that provision is there, but let's not discuss it today because oh, pata nahi. Bye.
Srikant, today it's very difficult to hear. You're breaking in between.
Uh, uh, okay, I'll do one thing. Let me try something. Yeah, okay. Mm, huh. So we are talking about there is a provision for us to create another text field, a simple text field, okay, and make it unique in such a way that it will be as powerful as this ID field. Who advanced concepts we will learn it some other day. Uh, so let's try to fill up our mind with our yeah. So with something that is more important for on-job purpose. Okay, exceptional cases, all those things we will learn some other day. Fine. So yeah, so primarily let's learn what will be more important for our on-job purpose from day one, which will be useful for real-time project implementation. Fine. Then, then so let's go ahead. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay. That's all about lookup. Huh. Let's try to okay. Between we will have a strategy. Uh, time kitna hua? Okay, we have one more hour. No worries. We can complete lookup and master detail quite easily. Okay. We will have a strategy between patient and doctor. We have created a lookup relationship. Between department and equipment, we will have a master detail relationship. Okay. Then we will observe the differences between lookup and master detail. Then we will close the topic. Okay, na? So that way we'll go.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hi, Srikant. This is Prashant. Can
Prashant.
you hear me? Yeah.
Now
I
it
had a
is okay.
question related to the lookup field.
Okay.
Let's say we delete the field from doctors, that doctor's name.
Mhm.
So what happens with that field in
It
patient's
will
tab?
be
Like,
very good question. It will be blank. Okay. So the question asked by Prashant is, okay, Srikant, purposefully I will delete this. Purposefully I will delete this doctor. So what happens to this field? Will it? I mean, क्या hota hai? What will happen? So it will be blank. In case of case one, it will be blank if it is lookup. If it is lookup. So those things we will discuss in the next 10 minutes. Okay. In the next 10 minutes of time, we will play with lookup and master title very clearly. So, thoda dhyan dena. Next half an hour is very important. Okay, customize my tabs. I want to place them together. Equipment, one parent, one department. It also. Now remember these keywords. Any object in which you are creating that lookup relationship field. Very, very important. Remember these keywords. Next 5 minutes for dhyan dena. So this is a child object. We call it as child object. Any object in which you are planning to create that lookup field. You are planning to create the relationship field. That will become a child object, and this object will become a parent object. Okay. So we call it as parent object. Why Shrikant? Because one parent can have multiple child. In the sense, one doctor can teach, one doctor can treat multiple patients. That way. Okay. So currently, the same doctor one. Okay. So currently, the same doctor one is treating 3 patients, and doctor 2 is treating 2 patients. So you can create, you can enroll multiple patients can be enrolled in the hospital and can be treated by same doctor. So one doctor, multiple patients. One parent, multiple child. So parent object is doctor, child object is patient. Fine. Now our next step will be, you have to frame your sentence in your mind. Whenever 2 objects were given to you, you have to frame a sentence in your mind in such a way as per your business. It is you who have to decide who has to be the parent object, who has to be the child object. Child object. Because students used to ask me, Shrikant, how would I know whether should I go for lookup relationship or whether should I go for master detail relationship? How would I know whether should I create the relationship field in patient or whether should I create that relationship field in doctor? It is you who has to decide it. As per my hospital rules, one doctor can treat multiple patients. So a relationship field always exists in child object. Thumb rule. Remember it forever. A relationship field or thumb rule. Remember it forever. A relationship field always exists or always starts from child. Okay, relationship field always exists in the child object. Right. One doctor, multiple child. So that's the reason start the relationship field from child object. Fine. In the similar way, हमारा hospital में we have a department and equipment. Radiology department में we have around 10 equipments. A department or lab you can call it as. Yeah. So let's rename the tab as lab if possible. थोड़ा catchy रहेगा. Tab edit. Oh, I can't. Yeah. So once you create a tab, you can't. You have to just delete it and create a new tab. That's it. Click on delete. Click on OK. Then click new.
When you delete a tab, it is not going to delete a table, right?
No, it will never delete a table.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. So department, pick up one logo, click on next, visible to all, click on next. Don't say. So आज anyhow we will try to complete relationship data types and read-only data types. So then we will have plenty of task for the. Ayo. Okay. Sorry. So what I did was there is a what I did was it's a tricky thing. I mean, actually, it's quite funny as well. So I want to rename the tab name from department to something else, department to lab. So then first I, as a beginner, let's say first I went to a tab. I want to rename it, but it was a read-only field. I was unable to rename. Then I deleted it. You have observed it, right? So then I deleted it. Then I tried to create it again. Then still the name was department. So One small thing that we forgot, I mean, we need to catch up here is tab name is not decided at the time of creation. Tab name is decided at the time of object creation or table creation. So go to object, pick up that department object, click on edit. So plural name, change this plural name to lab. Fine. Okay, so ये थोड़ा important है. Change this plural name to lab. Lab. Then reload the page. Now you can observe last tab was lab. ये change हो गया. So renaming the tab is available at object, not in the tab page. Fine. So ये थोड़ा small observation. Now okay. Last 15 minutes थोड़ा lag हुआ ना. I'll speed up. I'll fix the screenplay. Okay. So no worries. One lab. Okay. Frame a sentence in your mind. One lab can have multiple equipment. So lab is the parent, equipment is the child. Fine. So then start with equipment. Go to equipment. This time we will choose. Like master detail relationship. So go to master detail relationship. Hit on next. Pick up the parent object. Second step is all about picking up the parent from equipment to which table do you want to look up. The table name is department. Click on next. Okay. Then hit on next. Then hit on next. Then hit on next. Hit on next. Done. So in equipment, you have a custom field called department. The field label is department. The API name hai. There is the data type is master detail with department. I mean, object name is department or lab. Yeah, I have just renamed it for our look and field. That's it. So if you go to equipment, click on new. Where was that field? नीचे है. For our convenience, page is loading very late. I am hiding this page is loading a bit late. I'm hiding this remark field. Hit on save. So first difference between lookup and master detail. At the end of the day, both are search button fields. You can look up for the cardiology. You can give electrocardiogram, ECG. You can provide the installation database. So I'm just creating some dummy records. Hit on save. That's great. I mean, that's fine. But I mean, so we have created a lookup between page. We have created a master detail relationship between the equipment and department. Now let's observe the differences between them. Okay, first difference. Remember this mnemonic. Okay, interview may definitely they will ask you gunshot question. What is the difference between lookup and master detail? 5-star question. What is the difference between DIFFERENC difference between lookup and master detail? Okay, so 5 differences here. Remember this mnemonic. MNE mnemonic. That is CROSS, cross. Okay, so C stands for cascade delete. Okay, either this is not available in Google. I just framed a sentence for our convenience so that students can remember. C stands for cascade delete. Fine. In the sense, if I mean, let's remember the difference either for lookup or for master detail. Usko opposite will be for the other guy. So let's remember for master detail. So the thumb rule is the relationship between parent and child is very strong in case of master detail relationship. In case of master detail relationship. In case of lookup, the relationship between parent and child is weak. There is a strong bonding between parent and child record in case of MDR. There is a weak bonding between parent and child in case of lookup. Okay, so let's observe how by justifying by learning these 5 parameters through these 5 parameters. So first parameter is cascade delete. If parent record is deleted, okay, child record will also be deleted if the relationship is MDR. Okay, so child cannot exist without parent. Okay, if parent record is deleted, child record will also be deleted in case of master data. Let's observe the demo first. Okay, clone this ECG, create some other equipment name. I mean, just give some ECG. So 2D echo, let's say. I'm just giving some random equipment name. Hit on save. Okay. So right now, if you go to cardiology equipment, spelling, let's cardiology. Right now, if you go to cardiology, you can see two equipments. If I delete this cardiology, click on OK. This is a master detail relationship between between lab and equipment. There is a master detail relationship. Right? So if I go to equipment, my equipments are missing. They are deleted as well. So if a parent record is deleted, child record will also be deleted. Right? So yeah. So if a parent record is deleted, child record will also be deleted. But in case of lookup, that doesn't happen. Okay, what happens, Shrikant, if I go to recycle bin and undelete? If you go to recycle bin, surprisingly, you can find only one item, that is cardiology. No 2D echo, no what is that? ECG. Right. So no equipment. But if you undelete it, surprisingly, if you undelete it, go to equipment, you can find the equipments as well. You got my point? What I'm trying to say is, lab is the parent object, equipment is the child object. We had a master detail relationship, both of them, and the primary nature of master detail relationship is parent and child are strongly coupled, strongly bonded. Okay, if I delete parent, उसके साथ साथ में उसका related childs will also be deleted. But if you go to recycle bin, you can find only one entry. If you undelete it back from the recycle bin, so don't expect that only parent record will be there. Child records will also be pulled back into this table. Fine. So that's a surprise element. Fine. So this is the nature of master detail. Now let's observe its opposite nature in lookup. Okay. So go to doctor, pick up first doctor. This doctor has one patient. Let us create दूसरा वाला. Click here. Create patient. Let's say patient 5. Hit on save. Now this doctor have two patients. This doctor have two patients. Now purposefully, let's say this doctor resigned the hospital. Let's assume this doctor resigned the hospital. Click on this doctor entry. I mean, delete this doctor entry. Done. Now if you go to lab, sorry, if you go to patients, you can still observe all the patients are there. Okay, all the patients were there. Patient 5 is there. So yeah, child can survive without parent. Okay. Now another interesting thought here is, if I undelete it back, Shrikant, if I undelete back, I mean, you might ask me doubt, like, Shrikant, if I undelete it back, will it reoccupy the patient's position or not? So previously, this position was filled with doctor 1. I have deleted the doctor because this is lookup, there is loose bonding, and child can survive without parent. And this field is empty, that's great, fine. But if I undelete it back the doctor 1 into the doctor table, will it reoccupy its position? Yes, no. It will reoccupy the position. Fine. So click on undelete, go to the other tab, refresh this page. It will reoccupy the position. That's all interesting. Fine. Now, another intelligent student, one of the other student in other batch has asked me, Srikant, what if in this time gap, if I place doctor 2 here, will it throw away that doctor 2 and will doctor 1 will come and sit here in this field? So the answer is, if it is already occupied, preoccupied, then Dr. will not replace anyone. If it is blank, then Dr. One will claim its position for the patients. Clear? Yes, no? So small observations. It is not rocket science, nothing interesting concept. What uh, like what we can expect from the navigation. So small
This is also
behavior.
interview question, right, Srikanth?
No, it's a like weird. Few people. like, like if something is important, I'll give you the alarm. Okay, like while teaching, automatically I'll give you the alarm. Thoda dhyan dena for next 5 minutes. I'll be using the keywords. So if something is important, us samay pe just be alert. The interview questions. But ye to nahi पूछेगा for sure. If it is me, then I'll ask. I mean, yeah, usually thoda bad interviewers will ask. Otherwise, yeah. Uh, huh. So, huh. Yeah, that's the first difference. Second difference is okay. Let's complete these keywords. C stands for cascade delete. So, if parent is deleted, all the child records will be deleted. Remember for master detail. Its opposite will be for lookup. Then roll up summary. Okay. So roll up summary. Yeah, roll up summary is possible. What is roll up summary? We discuss in next 10 minutes. Roll up summary is possible for master detail relationship. Okay, it is not possible for lookup. It is not possible for lookup. Right. उसका opposite is lookup. Roll up summary is possible for master detail relationship. Okay, so then O, what does this O stands for? Ownership. Ownership, very important difference. O stands for ownership. Owner of the parent is the owner of the child in case of master detail relationship. Right. Owner of the parent is the owner of the child in case of master detail relationship. What I'm trying to say is, if it is lookup, your patient record also has a separate ownership field. Your doctor record, both parent and child, patient and doctor, both of these rows have a column called owners. Right. But just after creation of master detail relationship, child record by ownership field will be deleted or will be vanished in case of master detail. For example, go to lab, click on cardiology lab. You can find ownership field. Okay, because lab is the parent, that's fine. But scroll down a bit. One parent can have multiple child. So yeah, go to ECG. You can't find that ownership field here. You can't find that ownership field here. Why? Because there is a strong bonding between parent and child. Owner of the child is the owner of the parent. If you want to know who is the owner of the child, then go to parent. Whoever the name, whoever the guy's name is there here, that person will be the owner of the equipment. अगर उस equipment को कुछ he has to take the ownership of this equipment. अगर कुछ खराब हुआ तो like anything related to, so he's answerable for that. I mean, yeah. So even if you go for view object now, that ownership field will be vanished here. So basically, after creation of relationship field, that ownership field गायब हो जाता है. Fine.
So one question here. Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah. See, one record can have multiple parents. Like a record has got say 10 fields, and field number 2 has got some parent, and field number 5 has got a different parent, a different master data. So in that case, who is the owner of that record?
Very good question. Very good question. So, very good question. Yeah. So Abhay has asked a question that, Srikanth, you say that for this ECG, if you want to know the owner of this record, go to the master detail parent, then you will get the owner. The answer for your question is, so that if someone asks you who is the owner of ECG, I'll check here the ownership field. It will be missing. Then next thing I'll do is, as a beginner, if someone asks me who is the owner of this ECG, I'll check here ownership field is missing. Then I'll go to page layout first, and I'll check here, is that field hidden here or not. Okay, that field is not hidden here. Then the next troubleshoot thing that I'll be doing is, I'll go to object definition page and observe here, like, is there any ownership field here. Then after observing this, oh, ownership field is missing. So there might be some master detail relationship. So then I can observe here. Okay, so there is a master detail relationship. Then manually I'll be going to that master detail parent. I'll click here and I'll observe owner and I'll give the answer as this. Now Abhai's question was, Srikant, what if there is another table who is the parent of equipment? Then who will be the owner? Shall I answer as cardiology records owner as the ECG's owner, or let's say some other object inside, let's say doctor itself. Okay, so or doctor's owner as the ECG's owner. Agar multiple parents hai to, then which parent's owner can be considered as the child's owner? Okay, so that was the Abhai's doubt. For that reason, there is a rule in Salesforce. You can create only 2 master detail relationships for any table. Remaining, overall you can create 40 relationship fields for a table. 40 relationship columns for a table. Out of 40, only 2 master detail relationships can be created. Now the same question will be repeated. Okay, Srikant, even if it is 2, the ambiguity is there, na? So 2 master detail parents hai. So whose owner will be considered as this child records owner? Actually, when you have 2 master detail parents, na, so primary parent and secondary parent will be there. The one who, so whichever the record that was created earlier, so that guy will become the primary parent, and and whichever the relationship that was created later on, so it will become the secondary parent. Fine. So yeah, primary parent's owner will be considered as the owner of the child. Fine. So yeah, this is regarding the ownership field. Fine. So yeah, anyhow, Salesforce guys are avoiding that ambiguity by restricting us to only 2 master detail relationships. Right? Lookup में child have all the assets, parent have all the assets. Master detail में child has to depend on parent. Right? So that's the reason. Yeah, we have only 2 master detail. वही 2 में one guy will be the primary parent and other object will be the secondary parent. So primary parent's owner will be considered as the ownership. The actual owner. Fine. So that answer. I hope that answers the question. Yeah, that's a very good question. So what happens if you have 2 parents? Whose owner should be considered as child's owner? So whichever the field that was created earlier, or whichever whoever is the primary parent, so us aadmi ka ownership will be treated. Fine. Yeah. Then yeah, let's go ahead with other differences. So ownership, then S stands for saving the record. Okay, just for rhyming purpose, I placed this. Saving the record in the sense, whenever you click here on a new button, you cannot save a record without filling up the department. Okay, so you cannot save a record without filling up the department. If parent is deleted, child will be deleted, that's great. But child cannot, there is no birth to the child without parent. You have to fill it up with something, otherwise you can't save, because there is a strong bonding in case of master detail. But in lookup, that is not the case. Patient, so patient can be admitted in the hospital without assigning the doctor. That is possible. So now students all the time used to ask me, Srikant, how would I decide whether should I go for lookup or master detail? Okay, for if you have 2 objects, whom should I choose as a parent, whom should I choose as a child? You have given us a thumb rule, like frame a sentence in your mind. One patient can have one doctor, multiple doctors, or one doctor can have multiple patients. Whichever seems like suitable for you, then choose patient. You choose that guy as a parent or child, then start a relationship. But how would I go for lookup or master detail? So if you observe carefully, can an equipment exist in the hospital without a lab? In general, that doesn't happen. Or else, if the cardiology lab is deleted, if I delete cardiology lab, like so is there any point of having these equipments? I am undeploying the cardiology lab from the hospital. It obviously means that there is no, I mean, in general, as per the business scenario. So yeah, first of all, whenever I say I don't have cardiology lab, it also means that I don't have any equipment related to cardiology in my hospital. Correct. So thinking in this way, that's the reason why I have chosen master detail relationship between lab and equipment particularly, and that's the reason why I have chosen uh, a patient can exist without doctors. If doctor record is deleted, if doctor is resigns from the hospital, there is no need for the patient to be kicked out of the hospital. Correct. That doesn't happen. Some other doctor we will reassign. Fine. But if lab itself is not there, whenever I say we don't have cardiology lab, that means that we don't have any equipment for that. So yeah, that's the reason we have created Lookup. So yeah, students all the time used to ask me, Shrikant, shall I go for Lookup or master detail? How would I decide? So if child cannot exist without parent, then go for master detail, then go for Lookup. But 90% of the cases now we go for Lookup only, because you have to use master detail very effectively and very carefully, because you have only two lifelines for master detail. You have 38 lifelines for Lookup, but you can only create two columns with master detail. If it is a lengthy project, $1 million project, 5 years lengthy project, 2 years ka project hai to, then if you're starting a project from scratch, then don't use a master detail relationship on day one itself. Because after 1 year, after 2 years, there might be a special table that will be created, and you definitely want master detail. Then kya karega? Fine. So that's the reason. So use master detail very carefully. Yeah, usually we go for Lookup only. Fine. Okay. Having said that, let's learn. So saving the record, we cannot save the record for master detail. And another thing is sharing setting. So sharing setting, it's a topic in write it in your notepad. As of now, you can remember like owner of the parent is the owner of the child. In the similar way, sharing rules of the parent is the sharing rules of the child in case of master detail. What is sharing rule? It's a separate topic in profiles. It's a separate topic in profiles. 3.5 hours or 4 hours, it will take one complete weekend to complete profiles. Usme we will discuss the sharing settings. So sharing rules of the parent is the sharing rules of child in case of master detail. Uska opposite is lookup. I mean, parent and child can have different sharing rules. Fine. Okay. So write a note on your sticky note. Srikanth has said that this sharing rules difference for lookup and master detail. He said that he will teach us in while discussing a topic called profiles. So when profile topic aayega, please remind me. Right. Okay. Now roll up summary we will discuss right now. Roll up summary. ROLLUP Roll up summary. We'll discuss right now. Right. Okay. So yeah, because interview mein na, they will ask you what is the difference between lookup and master detail. I don't want you people to answer two differences, to express two differences, then thinking 3 seconds, 5 seconds. I said gap nahi dena. Fine. So remember this keyword cross, cascade delete, roll up summary, ownership, saving a record, sharing rules. ये keyword याद आ गया तो you can frame the sentence there, then and there itself. Fine. So that at least we will maintain some flow and people, interviewer will feel comfortable, will feel that yes, he has something in him. Fine. So yeah, remember this keyword cross. Okay. Okay, I just for while teaching for because I have some other batch for US based students. Those non-IT graduates go while teaching them. I just framed this phrase for their easiness, for their comfortness. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead. Next topic that we'll be learning is roll-up summary. Okay, so roll-up summary in the sense rolling up the child's data into parent is possible for master detail parent. Roll-up summary is one of the data type. So what I'm trying to say is go to patient, click on patient. I want to create a new field. Click here, click on new field. Right now, I want to learn what is this roll-up summary. Click here. Not possible. It is grayed out. This is not unclickable button. It is not clickable. I can't click it. Okay. Go to doctor. Click here. Click on new. then click on this roll-up summary. Unclickable. I'm unable to click it. Then go to equipment. Click here on a new field. It is unclickable. Fine. And I'm unable to click it. Fine. So that's what I'm trying to say. The other difference between lookup and master detail is only the tables which have the status of being a parent, small correction, only the table which have the status of being a master detail parent, the tables which enjoy the status of being the master detail parents can have that roll-up summary data type. Fields can have the fields. For example, go to lab. Lab enjoys the status of being the master detail parent for equipment. Here, this button is clickable. So only master detail parents can have this roll-up summary field. It is used for rolling up the child's data. It is not actually child's data, rolling up the summary of child's data into the parent. Okay, let's go to Excel sheets. Can I scroll it down? So let's create two tables, small tables, two tables. So A table को, am I there? I mean, you people can hear me, right? Yes, no?
Yeah, we are here.
I mean, suddenly I felt like I have lost my internet connection because one day it happened for the half an hour I've been teaching, but I lost my internet connection. So for every 5 minutes, so I used to ask students. Yeah, fine, I'm there. Okay, then now roll-up summary. Let's have the two objects, the same objects. ये वाला equipment वाला object, equipment, and this object is a laboratory. The name is cardiology, whatever it is, cardiology something. See, all the time I write it, I miss the D keyword. Don't know why. So cardiology. Okay, the name, installation, what's up, blah blah. It happens. Right. Let it be there. Let it be there. So here name, what was the other field? Okay, इधर रहता ना installation backspace. So installation date. So installation date, field, it goes on. Now what we did after, first of all we created two tables, then we created five columns in each table. Obviously, columns worth of fields. Yeah, five fields in each table. Then we added a hybrid, a fresh column whose name was laboratory or department, whatever it is. We initially named it as wrongly. So yeah, so laboratory is the data type we have chosen is master detail relationship. The data type. Here we have a search button. By default, we have got this field as a required field. It's a red mark text color. Yeah. So this field is as a required field. It's a basic nature of master detail relationship. Fine. Now what's next? I have ECG. I have 2D echo. Like some equipments related to these tests. Okay, so some random equipment. Now here cardiology, radiology, let's say X-ray or something, X-ray related equipment. Now radiology, let's copy it and paste it here. Cardiology, let's copy it and paste it here. So this is how database table looks like right now. Roll-up summary in the sense you have a chance in the master detail parent to create a fresh column whose data type is weirdly roll-up. Whose data type is roll-up summary. The data type name is roll-up summary. Data type name is roll-up summary, so that you can roll up the child's data. Installation fee is 1,000, 10,000. Let's say 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. Let's say 3,000. I have rename data. Let's say okay, okay, installation date. Okay. So it is roll-up summary field is used to roll up the child's data, the summary of child data to parent. Sum, count, minimum, maximum are the functions. Sum, count, minimum, maximum are the functions which you can use for roll-up summary. These are fixed functions. We cannot insert another mathematical function. We can use only these 4 functions in roll-up summary. Now you can create a new column in your parent like most costliest equipment. Most costliest equipment. Each data is roll-up summary. So in cardiology lab, the most costliest equipment, the price of most costliest equipment is only numeric fields because these functions are mathematical functions. You can perform on the numeric fields. Right? The price of most costliest equipment for the cardiology lab. This is a read-only data type. You cannot update it with your hand. You cannot edit this field. Okay, auto calculate करके it will give you back the results. And most costliest equipment in radiology lab is 300, 3000. Right? What is the price of the most costliest equipment? Or else you can have another roll-up summary field. Like its data type is roll-up. I mean, using the maximum function, I'm talking about most costliest equipment, most cheapest equipment, etc. Fine. So for school management system, you can correlate this maximum function in a better way. For example, what is the highest marks, highest percentage that we got for the class? What is the least percentage that we got in the max subject in the class? So that way you can use this max and min function. Okay. Now here I can create total budget. Total budget. So what is the total budget for cardiology lab? I mean the price. It's not fee. Yeah, it should be. It will be nice if we could. Yeah. The field name is price, na. What is the total budget? It will automatically add up. If you are using a sum, while creation of this field, the field label you will be putting up like this, and you will be asked to pick up one function. If you choose a sum function, it will add up all the, and you will be asked to pick up one of the numeric fields in the child object. Only numeric fields. So total budget. Here auto calculate. Okay, the value will be 3000. Here we have only one equipment in the radiology lab because cardiology lab may we have 2 items. Na? Pick up some light. So cardiology lab में you have this way. Clear? और इसको 2 5 कर दे. Yes, no. Theoretical idea of roll-up summary.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just theoretical idea. We haven't seen the practical implementation. Now let's go here. Pick up the like lab. Pick up lab. Then click here. Then click on new. Then go to roll-up summary. Then click on next. Then give the name. Let's give it as total. If it is a real estate project, total revenue. Let's say total budget. BUDGET budget. Total investment. Let's say total investment. TOTL NEST. It will ask you what is the summarizing object. This department can be the parent of 100 objects. Okay, this department can be the parent of 100 objects, but only the objects for which it is strongly bonded will be shown here. Only the master detail childs will be shown. Lookup childs will not be shown here. Okay. Equipment is the only master detail child. So pick up the sum, and the field to aggregate is which field do you want to aggregate? 2 numeric fields are there. 2 numeric fields are there. Let's pick up the base price. So click on next. then click on visible, hit on next, hit on save. Then it is a read-only field. You can't edit that. So roll up summary, वो field है in department. Now whenever you go to इसको I don't like it calling it as department. So पूरा change करेंगे. Lab. It will give you a warning. Shrikant, whenever you are changing the API names, warning नहीं दिया. Okay, field API names change करने पे warning देता है. If I change it, if I return say, it will throw you. Be careful while changing the API names because you might be giving this API names. I have shown you the developer console, na? So the same way they might be querying through REST API endpoint. So if you change the name, they'll get error. So integrations will get affected. So that was the error. So don't change of API names is not entertained usually. But anyhow, okay. So what's next? Let's go to lab. Pick up this. Now you can see total investment as 3,000. Why? Go to ECG. The price is 1,000. Base price is 1,000. Come back. Go to 2D Echo. Base price is 2,000. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Fine. So sum, minimum, maximum, and count are the functions we can use. Now you can write like sum, minimum, maximum, and count are the functions you can use. You can create multiple roll-up summary fields here. Total investment, most costliest equipment, most cheapest equipment, what is the average price of the equipment. Then you can use the count function like number of equipments in this laboratory. You can use the count function. So that 2 equipments are there in this laboratory. Fine. So that way you can go for roll-up summary. This is the use case of roll-up summary. Clear? So this is all A to Z about roll-up summary. Okay. Then let's go ahead with the discussion. So what's next after roll-up summary? Let's observe the formula fields also. Formula data type. Okay. Go to edit layout. Why formula data type is used, Shrikant? You might ask me a doubt why formula data type is used. Pick up equipment. Pick up one of the equipment. Here you have a base price as 2,000. Taxes and installation fee as 50. So it would be nice if I have another column like total price, no, base price plus installation fee or taxes. So for that purpose, you can use formula fields. Okay, reiteration. I just remembered something. Roll-up summary field is a read-only field. You can't edit them. Any field that you create with roll-up summary data type, it's a locked field. You can't edit. Here you have a pencil here to edit. I mean the symbol for like you can just edit. So this kind of edit we call it as inline edit. Okay, inline edit. Clear? So yeah. Then what's next? Formula field. Correct. So we are going to learn a new data type. Roll-up summary data type is done. Lookup, master detail, roll-up summary are done. 3 data types. Now let's observe the formula fields. So we have 2 things called base price and tax. Let's create a formula field for total fee. It will add up these 2 things. So click here on new. Then pick up a formula field. Click on next. So here give it as total price. Total price. So what is the return type of your formula? So the return type, we are adding 2 currency fields. The return type is currency only. When we are going to return type is currency. Right? Now click on next. Then you have two things: simple formula and advanced formula. Okay, so simple formula बोले तो yeah, you can use the fields and like mathematical operators. Advanced formula means you can use advanced functions as well. Okay, logic gates and or not and a few other functions will be there. Okay, so yes, sub functions. So don't worry about these advanced formulas. These functions के लिए I have a document I will share with you. So don't worry about these advanced formulas as of now. Okay, because these advanced formulas, I mean, I have a document for these 50 functions and their examples. These 50 functions will be used not only in the formula fields, they will be used in 8 different topics in Salesforce. These 50 functions you will observe in workflow, in search layout, in formula fields, in validation rules, in process builder, in in flows. Okay, there are 7 in approval process. So there are 7 to 8 concepts where these 50 functions are used. I don't expect, I mean, there is no need for you to by heart the exact behavior of these 50 formulas, but I expect you people to have an idea key. Yes, there is a function called like there is a function called floor. Okay, floor in the sense it will help us to like you can see round down round a number towards the nearest integer. In plus 2 we used to have a function na greatest integer function GIF, greatest integer function in plus 2. Okay, let's not touch plus 2 topics. So whenever there is a number, let's say age, okay, patient's age I have calculated from his date of birth. His age was 34.7474 something. If you use a floor, it will patch down to the nearest lower integer. Even if it is 34.9999, floor will always put it one step down to 34. Even if it is 34.000001, it will step down to one step to the lowest nearest integer. Okay, greatest integer function. Okay, of course, yeah, here they call it as floor. So rounds a number to the name. So I don't expect you people to by heart ratta marne ki zarurat nahi hai. There is no need to mug up these formulas. Just have an idea ki yes, there is a function called floor. Roughly, it does something like this. Fine, one liner idea should be good enough. Fine, because yes, there are few concepts that I will definitely ask you to by heart. So don't by heart the unnecessary things. I will definitely tell you one day ki you have to by heart this. Okay, so those things are please remember. Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Let's break the ice with this formula field. Right now, we want base price. Use a function add operator. Then insert a field. Uh, insert a field. Which field? Base price plus total taxes. So taxes insert. So it is the API names. Observe that it is the API names that were taken up. Good syntax error. If you are placing some comma or something, it will help us. So no syntax errors. So what happens, Shrikant, if base price is blank or tax is blank for one of the equipment? So treat all the blank values as zeros. Fine. Then hit on save. Visible to everyone. Hit on save. Hit on save. Now you can find a new column here. Okay. Total price formula. Its data type is currency. If you go to equipment right now and pick up any one of the equipment, you can find one locked field, total price. Auto calculator, it's a read-only field, read-only data type. You can't touch it. If you change this value to 500, hit on save. is 25. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how it works. Okay, one more example we'll do for the patient. Age one example, something like that. Let's create a new field called date of birth. So let's pick up data type and create a new field with date of birth. Date of birth. BIRH. Date of birth. So make it as a required field. Now you have to ask me a question. Srikanth, you are making this field as a required field. If I hit on next, then like how does it behave for the older records? We have 5 old records for which date of birth field was blank. For example, we have around 6 patients. I have created a new field called date of birth. I cannot save the record without filling the date of birth field of the patient. Then how about the existing records, Shrikant? How about the existing records? Let's say John. John field में date of birth नहीं है. So existing records को चलेगा. Until unless you don't touch them, they are fine. But in the purpose of editing the fee, if you try to hit on save, it will catch you for the date of birth. Clear? So this is how after after the project has implemented, after 6 months, after 8 months, whenever you make a field as required, na, so ये थोड़ा problem है. Fine. So design the project in such a way so the architecture we have to do it in a proper way. Fine. So make sure that is the so you have to provide some data. So one of the students asked me, Srikanth, let's say 1980 is not shown here. How would I get it? Okay. So one of the students had asked me. So if 1980 is not there, then type manually. Okay. So once you type it manually, then from next time, वो template में आ जाएगा. So from next time when you edit it, you'll get that in the template. Okay. So okay. Now date of birth है हमारे पास. Now what's next? Let's create a new field called age calculator or something. It will be a formula field for sure. Pick up a formula field. Click on next. Type here as age of the patient, and it is a number. Okay, basically age is less number. Decimal points. Do we want any decimal point? No, we don't want any decimal point. Click on next. Now number in the sense as very important 5-star question. थोड़ा ध्यान देना. Date data type in Salesforce is considered as a numeric field. Okay, when you cannot add 2 date fields. You cannot add 2 date fields. You cannot. Let me cannot. CANN. You cannot add 2 date fields. It will throw a syntax error. But you can subtract 2 date fields. Okay. For example, today is 20th May. Okay. So if you subtract 15th May minus 15th May minus 20th May, it will give you answer as -5. Okay, because always greater date can be considered as a greater number. Okay, so when you do in the opposite way, 20th minus 15th, it will give you 5 this way. Clear? Yeah, this is regarding date editing. Now, okay, that's done. So now let's pick up his date of birth. Now the problem is today. So if you want to calculate the accurate date of birth, so his date of birth minus today minus his date of birth. So there is a function called today, returns you the current date. So inside today, today minus date of birth will give you the number of days 5th May 1980 to 5th May 2019. 2542, for example, it will give you the number of days. Then divide it by 365. It will give you, let's say 39.4864. Okay. Now make sure that you use some floor function. Okay. Or you can use a floor or a round function. Floor will always kill down. Floor will always compress the number to the lowest nearest integer, but round will do the justification. If it is below 5, if it is 39.4, it will be 39. If it is 39.6, it will be 40. Round will give the justification, but floor will always compress to the next number. इसका opposite भी है, seal, C-E-C. Seal will patch up a number to the next higher. For example, student marks. If student got 48.4%, student's percentage. If student got 48.4%, we're going to write it as 49. Okay. Even it is 48.001, the ceiling is for that way. इसका word file I have it. I'll share you. Don't worry. Okay. So floor of, paste this whole control X, cut it, control V. Check the syntax. How is it going on? What was the error? What was the error? Incorrect data type parameter is this, expecting a number, received a date. Okay, place a brace parenthesis here. So first inner parenthesis will be evaluated, then divided by 365 will be done. Check syntax. Okay, now no errors at all. Okay, now blank values theta as 0. For example, if customer do not provide the okay, what happens, Srikanth, if date of birth is not provided? That's the reason we made it as required field. They have to provide date of birth to calculate the age. Okay. So hit on next. Hit on next. Hit on save. Then, so we have created a new field called age. Where was that? Age. Now go to this John. ये पुराना page है. This is the old page. We have to refresh this page. We have done something in the background. Let's refresh this page. So you can find the age as 39. Fine. So this is how you can use the formula fields. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, Srikanth.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So what's next? So which topic shall we start? So I think okay, I'll give you one quadrant. Take a screenshot of this quadrant. I mean, initial topics के लिए I'm using Notepad, but most of the time advanced topics के लिए I'll be using Paint oftenly. Whereas as far as admin and app builder is concerned, I guess our batch is not for development. I guess only for admin and app builder certifications. I mean, whatever I teach, anything in Salesforce which can be done without writing a single line of code, we will cover up all those things. Okay, so whatever that will be used in real time, so सब हम cover करेंगे. And so admin quadrant, of course, it is not written anywhere in Google. So I just for our community, because students के लिए I used to, there is a course content. Anyhow, all the course, whatever course content you find it in Intellipaat's website, all the course contents are same. But एक बार my course content, our primary motive is, I mean all the course content are more or less are same. So click here. So click here. ये सब development का topic है. So don't worry about them as of today. So 20140. So yeah, this is our my course content. Around 29 topics are there. So we did CRM overview. We did application and object. Then we tried today. We will complete this data types for sure. Then yeah, relationships as well. So I think field tracking we haven't yet done. Until here we will complete it by today. So as part of first weekend, we will be completing until here. Okay. So these 5 topics. So आज के लिए I guess I will. How do you move changes to the next environment? Okay, deployment. So no worries, deployment we will discuss. So that's the last topic. Okay, so let's learn. Let's learn all. So let's learn all the important concepts. So later on we'll learn how to deploy from sandbox to production.
Shrikant, hello. So, Shrikant, this batch is only for the admin and the app builder as well, right?
I mean, that is what I was told. Of course, you can extend for development as well, but primarily I was told by the management team that this batch is for admin and app builder. Around 40, 45 hours maybe we can complete. So, for example, Sales Cloud will take 2 hours. Few topics will take a lot of time. For example, workflow will take 2 hours. Process Builder will take 2 hours. So, few topics are there which will take more time. Few topics will be completed. Profiles, user interface, it will take complete 6 hours or 8 hours. Right. So yeah, this batch is primarily for admin and app builder. If it is required for development role, we will talk about development after completion of admin. Okay. Yeah. First, yeah, let's complete these topics. Now coming back to the overview of the syllabus, I would name the first quadrant as basics. Okay. So basics quadrant we will. I mean, technically today's teaching is done. I mean today's teaching is आज के लिए teaching is done. So I'll talk something extra. Maybe maximum 15-20 minutes we will close it off. Okay, na? 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Yeah. So 15-20 minutes we will close it off. So to make yourself comfortable, don't worry about all those keywords. No need to remember all those topics. So I have divided it into 4 quadrants. Anything that requires no coding skills. Okay, so basics. Basics quadrant contain application, objects, data types, validation rules, reports and dashboard, and yeah, that's it. And validation rules, formula fields, reports and dashboards, page layouts, and record types. Okay, so data types, page layouts, and record types. These things we'll discuss next week. Record types, applications, objects, fields, formula fields, validation tools, reports and dashboards, page layouts and record types. So all these things will be, I personally break it up under basics. Okay, we need to know them. Okay, in order to so basics. Then the other quadrant I name it as core admin concepts. Core admin concepts. Okay, so whatever the other, for example, it's more about security. Okay, which employee is seeing which record, which employee is observing which record, which field, more about security. How can I avoid all the fee related fields to, how can I hide the fee related fields to the users of management team. Management and finance team, both guys will be using patient object, but they will be having different screens. Management team will see 5 other different fields in the patient, but finance team will see 5 other different fields in the same patient. Overall, as an admin, I can see 10 fields in the table, but these guys will be seeing different screens when they log in. Okay, so that's all about security. So profiles, roles, OWD, profiles, OWD, roles, sharing rules, and permission set. Okay. So these concepts will be covered under core admin concepts. Right. Then and a few MBA topics. Okay, few business management related topics. Okay, so Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, assignment rules, escalation rule, email to case, web to read. Okay, so five set of bunch of topics. So each quadrant can be learned independently. There is no prerequisite to learn the previous set of topics. So you have to learn them as bunch. We have to learn them as bunch. So Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, email to case, web to lead, assignment rules, escalation rules. So these topics are more of like a management, MBA, business oriented topics. Right. Then last quadrant is business process automation tools. Okay, automation tools. Automation tools. Each topic will take 2 hours of time, approximately 1.5 to 2 hours of time. So workflow, approval process, visual workflow, and process builder. Workflow, approval process, visual workflow, process builder, and flows or visual workflow. Right. So each topic will take 1 or 2 hours. So if you can complete these 4 quadrants, no, remaining things, or whatever the miscellaneous things that you observe in other articles or any, you can. So these things you will be working on these things only. Majority, 90% of the cases, with 20 plus projects I have worked on. Yeah. So you will be working only on these concepts. Majority of the project, and any project, 70% of the project you can complete without. I mean, yeah, 60 to 70% of the project we can complete without writing a single line of code. So learning these concepts is very important. You can't avoid them. And AI concepts, if you are comfortable, from day one, you will be comfortable with your job. Okay, somehow we will learn it. We will crack the interview. That's fine. But yeah, because the problem is the questions asked in certification are not that important. I mean, what I'm trying to say is the topics that are to be focused for certification are different from the topics that are to be focused to crack the interview. Certification may definitely 5 questions will be there in reports and dashboard. You will be a certified developer, telecaller will be giving you, we have more probability of getting a call for an admin if you are certified. But interviewer will not ask you about reports and dashboard. They will ask you about, have you worked on process builder? If yes, please explain the task. What are the difficulties that you faced in process builder? Have you worked on data loader? What are the difficulties? ये पूछेगा interview. So on job topics that you need to learn are different from paperwork based topics. I mean these certification topics. Right. So we will be focusing more on cracking the interview and how it would help us to do the work smoothly on a daily basis. Fine. So this is my admin quadrant. So if you want, you can take a screenshot.
So, Shrikant, do you have the do you have the interview questions with you? I mean, anything your own made? I mean, even you said you take certain interviews, right?
Yeah, plenty of blogs are there. Even I do have my own blog, my own website. I write articles there, developer.fcro.com. So this is my own blog. So, but I write more articles on development, not on admin. So ये मेरा blog है. But if you ask me to suggest for, I wrote more on Lightning and development, JavaScript, Node.js उसमें. If you ask me, there is a website called How to Do It in Salesforce. It was more good, reliable. I felt like this guy has written in a better way. So how to do it in Salesforce is where you can go for interview questions. Okay. So I suggest this website. Okay. And there is another website where I have written the article, not for our Mind Magic team. So I have written a web. I have helped in writing the article. So Mind Magic Salesforce interview questions. So top 100 questions. Oh, I think this page somehow server down here. So try it after some time. Oh, is it opening? Fine then. So yeah, you can go through these interview questions. Okay. So I have been the part of creating this page. So a page yeah. These two links will help you to go with interview questions. Okay, na? So okay. Huh. Then yeah. So let's wrap up like what we
Okay.
have done.
So, Shrikant, one more thing, just a random question. For this, I mean, when you become an admin, so what is the exact role? So it's like a Salesforce admin or it's like a Salesforce consultant.
Uh, if like students used to ask me, Srikant, I don't have any experience on Java, but I want to get into. I don't have any developer background, but I want to get into Salesforce. So I have two strategies for students. Okay, two strategies for IT background students and for non-IT background students. So any student who has the experience of writing a code, PCB technology, okay, so they can easily learn the development either by themselves or through training or something. So they can start hunting the job as a developer. But for I have taught a few students who are working right now as Salesforce developers. Uh, they are basically BSc Arts, BSc Science and Literature graduates. They don't have any background on Salesforce. So उन तरह की students को I would suggest them uh, after completion of admin. So try place a resume with 2 to 3 years of experience and start attending the interviews. And your role will be the admin only. So Salesforce consultant in the sense, if you accept the role as a consultant, you are expected to do both. I mean, you are expected to have the knowledge on admin and development as well. Okay, so development you have to deal everything. Okay, so I usually suggest student key. Definitely there will be a day. I'll tell you from today you can start uploading your resumes. वो मैं बोलूँगा उस दिन you can start uploading your resumes. Let's say एक test resume डाल दे with 2 to 3 years random experience. Then check how calls are there. Okay, then check कि क्या questions पूछ रहे telecalls attend the telephonic interview. Then you will feel comfortable कि what they are asking. Are we hearing any weird words from the interviewers? Then you will get to know, yeah, we have done something uh, better. Okay, so don't worry about that. So
One
consultant role
last
like
question.
go ahead.
Yeah, Shrikant. So there are Salesforce BAs also, right? I mean, I actually am a BA, so I'm having 7 years experience as a BA here. So I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
what are their roles here? I mean, I am not totally
Yeah,
not from the IT
I
background.
still, I still remember a student, my student, Soumya. So she's around 39 years old. She is on H4 in US. So recently she got trained. She's currently working for Accenture Federal Services, Virginia, as a BA, Salesforce business analyst. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the role will be requirement gathering. So what we will be doing is, clients will be there. So they will be telling us their requirement. So this BA will convey these requirements to the implementation team, to the developers, and to the admin. I have 10 people who will be managing this project. So let's say seven developer and two admin. Usually developers will be more in the project. So seven developers and two admin. Now what happens is, as a coder, I know what is this if clause, else clause. I know what is yes, some JavaScript functions I'm comfortable. I don't know what these guys are talking about. So BA will act like a bridge to convert this business oriented terms and language into Salesforce based language so that these guys can understand what the client wants. So BA is responsible because client knows his business better. if he tell me about his business, na, I cannot correlate with what I know. I'm a technical guy. Fine. So client says that I want a form uh, which which show me the details of the patient. Now you have to tell as a BA to your admin create an object, create a tab. These are the fields that client want. Okay, you have to convert it into the technical requirement. Fine. Admin says that. I mean, now client says that. Uh, where is my login page? Huh, just a moment. Let us click on login. So client says that he want a so client says that he want a button. Do you have driving license? If I check this button, suddenly a field should come here. Page should refresh. A field should come here. Please enter your driving license number. If you uncheck that, the field should disappear. If you check it, field should appear. Client want that requirement. Now, this BA has to check the feasibility, whether this requirement is possible or not. He has to decide, yes, this requirement is not possible without admin. I mean, this requirement admin say nahi hoga. Drag and drop tool say nahi hoga. Then BA has to approach the developer. Hi developer, please create two fields called checkbox. Do you have driving license, and create a text box field. Enter driving license number, and you have to. This BA has to clarify the developer that I want this functionality. Then developer will write a Visualforce page for that. Right. So the role of, yes, we do have a business analyst, but as far as Indian market is concerned, I know that only admin and developer roles are more, but for US and Australian markets, yes, there are plenty of roles for business analyst, sales cloud consultant, service cloud consultant, quality assurance, testing का भी है. But Indian market में we don't have. We have only few roles. I mean, we have only roles on these two things, these two designations. Yeah. So this is my take on different roles available, and this will be the role of a BA, I guess. Yes, no.
Yeah, pretty logical. Yeah.
Okay, then let's huh, then I think huh, so then what else? Um, huh, um, so what's next? We have 15 minutes of time. I'll give you one more task. So what needs to be done this week? Okay, I'll give you one more task. What needs to be done this week? So type this phrase here: trialhead.com, www.trialhead.com, or else simply type trialhead here. So click on Trailhead. Okay. So this is the official Salesforce learning platform. Official Salesforce learning platform. Okay. Start using Trailhead from today. Okay. Now you have to click on sign up. It will ask you like, do you have a Salesforce developer account or not? You can sign up using multiple ways, but sign up with Salesforce developer account only. Okay. So I have an account. Uh, So click on login. So the next thing after that lecture that you will be doing, I'll wrap up everything. Okay, in next 5-10 minutes, what will be your weekday task? What will be your weekend task? And how to use Trailhead. So I'll wrap up everything. Click on login with Salesforce. Uh, Click on login. Or else I do have the old account, I guess. Progressive. So Trailhead is an official Salesforce learning platform. Here, for every task you do, you will be linking up with your own. So let's say, like I have 29,200 points. So
Do we lost Srikanth, or Srikanth, you there?
Hi, Srikanth, are you there?
Hello. Now is it audible?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So actually, low battery. I just reconnected my charger. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, you have to inculcate the habit of using trailhead. Okay. Very important. Trailhead. You have to follow trailhead religiously. Religiously. Okay. So as if like it is like Bible for us. Okay. Let's say for example, you have to follow this book. Uh, huh, like you can once you get some points, no, you can place your trailhead credentials. You can link it to your LinkedIn account as well. Okay, people will get to know, yes, this guy has done something in trailhead. Right. So how to start is after creation of account, you have to go to learn. You have to go to trials. Okay, then you have to go to admin. Your role is admin for now. Let's say. Then you have to go to beginner. So go to admin, go to beginner, then scroll down a bit. You can see admin beginner के लिए there are 9,000 points. For every task you do, you will be offered some points. So click here on admin beginner. Okay. So I mean, in the initial days of my career, I used to do trailhead, but आजकल like as a part of teaching students, I have been doing trailhead. Okay. So yeah. So now you can start this Salesforce platform basics. Then you can do this data modeling. You can try these two chapters. You can try these two chapters. For example, in data modeling, I mean, how to do Srikanth? How should I study from Trailhead? So from next week, not from this week, from next week, every class ke liye I will give you one link from the Trailhead. You have to complete that task from Trailhead also. Fine. Thoda sa, next, work hard for next 2 months. Trust me. Okay. You can clear any admin interview or any interview that doesn't require any code. They don't expect any coding from you. Thoda sa hard work. You'll be equivalent to 3 to 5 years experience developer. Sorry, admin. Right. So, for example, this guy in data modeling. So first topic na, what is Salesforce, how we can use it, uska use case, some articles will be there. For every topic, let's say create a custom object relationship. Click here. So it will give you the lengthy article here. What are relationships, what are objects, or something. So no need to read all of them. Already we covered as a part of our training. They will explain very neatly. So no need. So go to challenge. Last में challenge रहेगा. So click on this retake this challenge. I mean, for example, right now I have already done it, right? So let's say I'm clicking on retake the challenge. So what I'll do is I will launch some other org. Let's say I will retake this challenge in 700 org. Click on launch that org. Okay. Your Trailhead account will be linked to your developer org. Okay. Now, some kind of business story will be given to you. So the topic that you are learning here is what are objects and how to create relationships among them. Okay. So lookup, master data, lookup, like you're trying to learn that lookup and master data relationship here. Okay. No need to read all these articles. Fine. If you find interesting, go through it. Otherwise, I don't expect you to read those articles. Directly go to challenge. We are discussing to such a level that ये पूरा articles पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. Fine. हाँ. So get ready. He is giving you some background business story. He will give you some story and he will ask you, hi admin, your task is this. He will explain you to do the task. So create a property object described in the previous unit. So he's asking us to, so maybe I missed out something. So in the previous unit, uh, This guy is asking me to create a property object. Is it? Control F, PROPERT property. Yeah, custom object. He's asking us to create a property object. Okay, we will do it. I mean, how to do the task from trial head. Right now we are discussing. I'm teaching how to do the task from trial head. Right. So either you can go for classic version or you can go for lightning version. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, this is my fresh org. Go to object. As far as admin concepts are concerned, classic and lightning both are same. Then click here on a new custom object. Paste here as property. Paste here as properties. I'm doing the task right now. Okay, the task from trial head. It's for some of the module. Done. Okay, edit this and check all these checkboxes. I forgot to check these checkboxes. Okay, now this. Check. Done. Now let me go to the trial head page itself. So we want to try for child object relationship. So scroll down a bit. Retake this challenge. From some other org, I'm retaking it. Create a property. Okay, we created on the offer object. Add master detail relationship. Where is this offer object? Okay, so he's explaining you in a real estate business there is a property, or that property like one property can have multiple offers. Okay, so one property can have multiple offers. So land के लिए like 30% flat sale, Diwali sale, something like that. Okay, he has given some story. So some broker something. So just read this article whenever you are free. I'm directly doing the task and I'm explaining you how to get the points, how to evaluate the task. Oh, I'm focusing on that. Fine. So create an offer object as well. So click here on new object. So type here offer. So here did he ask me what the number property? I didn't find any offer object here. I'm just looking for the specifications of the offer object. What he's expecting. OFFER. Nowhere he mentioned about offer object. Let's create it. Add a master data relationship to the property object and named object named property on the offer object. Add a lookup relationship with the contact object named contact. Okay. OFFERS. Let's try it. Check. Hit on save. Done. Choose some random. Hit on next. Hit on next. Okay. Go to tabs. Offer है. Where is that property? Hit on next. Okay, for this week, I guess it should be a low priority. From next week, we will pick up the page for trial head. I'm just explaining you how to do the task from trial head. So Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, look at
Our
it.
today's class has ended with the idea on formula fields. After that, I have been just talking guidance part. Now you have offer and properties. Now this guy wants us. Shrikant, appreciate your keep going. If you don't mind, for which company you work for? I work for Affin Bank Malaysia. Okay. So, mm, um, so on the offer object, add master detail relationship to the property. So offer is the child. So go to offer. Click here. Click on new. So we know how to create a master detail relationship, right? Click on master detail relationship. Click on next. So choose the property. PRO. Where is property? Yeah. FL blank. Is it? Uh, in the sense, field level security. Affin Bank. AFFIN. Uh, so Affin Bank life insurance department. I manage a customer portal for them. Uh, okay. Yeah, done. So I have created a master detail relationship with property. That's fine. First task seems to be done. So read the whole story. Read this article, business use case. Then first part is done. Okay, let us try for the second part. Offer say lookup with contact it seems. So let's go to offer. Click on new. Huh. Then he's asking me. This is how you have to do task one trial head. So click on new. Then you can go for contact. I think we have chosen lookup, right? One step back. Yeah, lookup. Next. Okay. Pick up contact. Click on next. Then so click on next. Make it visible to everyone. Hit on save. Hit on next. Then hit on save. Done. So I think we are done. We are done with it. He asked me for lookup. Yes, I did. He asked me for master detail. Yes, I did. Now, how to check the challenge? Click here on check challenge to earn 5,000 points, 500 points. So it will go to your developer org and it will check whether you actually did the task or not. Yeah. So you have done the task. Yeah. So this is how you can go to next one. Fine. So this is how you have to learn by yourself. Okay. After 2 months, I may or may not be there. Right. So this is how you have to learn the task. Right. So you are so 1 week time hai na? So I'll do one thing. Your homework for this week is okay. Good night. Yeah, because you are from Australia, right? So it is 4 a.m. already. Yeah, good night. Good night. I'll update the homework in this Excel sheet and I'll put it in the drive.
Shrikant, one request. Yesterday I somehow put the link
Okay.
which you shared. Can you share the link again?
I'll put the homework in the top. Uh, yeah, I'll update. Here, your homework is enhance your school management system. So SMS, HOMB, you can observe the recording as well. Because you people can leave the lecture. I'll speak out the homework. Then yeah, you can follow the recording and do the homework. So no worries. So for the students who are from different time zones, if it is too late, you people can leave the class. I don't mind. Okay, I mean no worries at all. Fine. Okay. The homework will be, so last class may you have created school management system, and you have created school management system, and what is that? You have tried student teacher वो सब किया ना? So create a lookup relationship between student and a teacher. Create a lookup relationship between student and teacher. Student and teacher. Create a master data relationship between department and department. Let's say arts. Arts is the department. If I have arts department, department and books. If arts department is completely removed, then there is no point of having books in the library for the arts department. So one department can have multiple books in the library. Library object may you are supposed to have the fields like title of the book, published name, author, price of the book, who is the publisher of the book. Let's say Tata McGraw-Hill's or something like that. Okay, who is the how many copies do you have on this title? What is the book name? How many copies that you have in the library for this title? Fine. So I have asked you last week to create a 4 objects: teacher, student, then books or library, books in library, then department. So department. Now what I'm trying to say is, books object may make sure that you have relevant fields, 5 fields. Fields will be like this: book title, let's say engineering mathematics. The author is, let's say, B.S. Gravel. The publication is Tata McGraw, something. So some 4 5 fields that way, or the price of the book, edition of the book. So these will be the relevant fields. So, and I want master detail relationship here between books and department. And library will be using this. Whenever you go to the librarian, so librarian will open this application and they will check what is the due date, kitna fine laga, so all those things. Fine. Okay. So department may, let's say if you have maths department in your school management system or something, or college management, whatever it is, doesn't matter. If maths department is completely removed from the college itself, then what's the point of having that engineering mathematics book? So that's the reason. Have a master detail relationship between department and books. They are strongly coupled. If a teacher record is deleted, that doesn't mean that you are not going to kick out the student from the school, right? Fine. One teacher can teach multiple students. That's great. But if teacher, no, yes, there can be a student without a teacher as well. He has recently joined this school. Fine, let's say. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, create a master data relationship and implement the concept of roll-up summary. Roll-up summary. So that for that engineering mathematics book, whatever whatever that engineering mathematics book, department will be maths. You will be rolling up 5 6 books will be there for the maths department. You will be rolling up most costliest book, most cheapest book, number of books available in the library for the maths department, and and uh, and like try all the 4 functions. Okay. So number of books available and total budget allocated for this maths department in the library. Total asset value. Kind of. You have to create 4 5 fields on roll-up summary. Fine. 4 5 fields on roll-up summary. And your R&D, 4 5 fields on roll-up summary. Engineering, mathematics, something like this. So you can recall this recording. Then what was the R&D task that I gave? I wrote somewhere here. Oh, I missed it. Text area encrypted. ये वाला. So try for this text area encrypted. So initial days में I will frame the task, but I mean we will frame the task together. But once we complete 30% of the syllabus now, then for every topic we have a task in Trailhead. So we will follow the Trailhead task as well and Hamara task as well. Like initial days we don't have much tasks in Trailhead. Okay. So yeah. So this will be our homework. So text area encrypted के बारे में and these things. Try to complete them, revise those topics, and if you are happy, if you are unsaturated, you can complete this data modeling. Okay, remaining things about Railhead we will discuss on next Saturday. So happy learning. Have a nice day. That's it. Eid Mubarak, and
Yeah,
that's it from my side.
thanks.
Because it was nice, very nice training today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Okay then. Okay. So we will talk about those things in the upcoming days. Okay, na?
One request, please. Yesterday I missed the link, storing the link which you shared with all documents. Is it possible to share once again?
Okay, sure. I think IntelliPath admin badge. So click on get shareable link. So copy this and open it here. So my blog is developer. I focus more on .com. This is my blog. Okay, na? So this is the link for the tribe. I'll update it I'll update right now because whenever I say next na abo next kabhi nahi aayega. So control S. If I forget, students will be trouble. Day 2. So day 2 on desktop. I have to save it as .txt extension. So for the people who are from different time zone, you can leave. I mean, no worries. Save and expand this. Minimize this. Place it here. Okay. Okay. Drag it. Drop it. I have placed the second day's document as well. Okay then. Keep do observing. I mean, so start observing that admin PPTs as well.
Yeah,
So go
Srikant,
through this.
this link, please.
Okay. Click here. Get shareable link. So copy this. So paste this link. Have a patient. Paste this link. Because I was instructed by management team not to touch up with students. So that's the reason. Yeah. So yeah, upcoming days I'll share it. Okay, na? So yeah, whenever you have doubts, you can drop the error screenshots. For now, to yeah, so to my email. Okay, na? So you can drop the error screenshots whenever you have. Yeah. So upcoming days I'll definitely share. No worries. So yeah, so yeah, wherever you have doubts in the weekdays, so drop the error screenshot to this email. So drop the error screenshot to this email. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So weekdays में whenever practicing आपका doubt आएगा तो वो error screenshot drop this. I'll try to respond immediately. Okay ना? Okay then. So I think that's it from my side for today. Have a nice day. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Srikant. Bye, everyone.
Because sitting for 3 hours is very hectic task, right? As if personally I can't sit to watch a movie for 3 hours.
For
I'm
us,
too
no,
lazy.
probably when Srikant is speaking, no.
Hey, that was my concern because how could I teach in a crispy way so that students cannot turn their heads for 2.5 hours, 3 hours? Because I
No, it
can't
was
sit.
interesting. It was
I mean,
interesting today.
like today I
And
went for
especially,
a.
yeah, you covered lighter topics towards the end, so that was not boring again.
because today I went for a Ajay's movie. So
Yeah.
last half an hour was good. So whenever we teach quite last half an hour, I just picked up something else so that it will not be boring. I felt कि हाँ थोड़ा screenplay lag हुआ था. So that way. Okay. Uh,
Yeah. Thank
okay.
you.
Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Thanks, Srikanth.
Uh, Google Drive link I have shared in the chat. Agarwal. You can observe it in the chat. For Agarwal, please share the Google Drive link. Okay. One more time. Um, share, left click, click, copy, paste it in your sticky note. This will never change. Okay, na? Okay. I'm closing the meeting. Okay, bye. Make sure that you paste it in your sticky note. Otherwise, meeting close किया तो chat will be deleted. Okay. Good night.